It's August 27th, 2025. I am Actual Pearl, and it's time to get in the weeds. A wonderful Wednesday for those of us who are enjoying no sun, no clouds, nothing, just perilous doom. Okay, there's sun. It's fine. Jeremy Lambert is here. He's happy. He's excited. I'm speaking for you because love is back on the menu, baby. Taylor Swift is engaged.
Factual. That's a true story.
A big congratulations. A love story indeed. Travis Kelce, very, very lucky. Taylor Swift, very lucky. Hopefully, good tidings to both. And I heard a rumor, Jeremy. I heard that Jeff Jarrett's going to be the maid of honor.
The maid of honor. Okay.
I think he should be. Yeah. I think Jeff Jarrett should be the maid of honor.
You think Jeff gets an invite to the wedding?
You know, I'd like to think he does, but honestly, I think he'll find a way to be involved in the wedding somehow. Anything for a payday. It's Jeff. He'll get a payday. He'll get invited. He'll become the officiant somehow.
Yeah, I assume he'll be involved in the wedding. Like it's like you mentioned, it's Jeff Jarrett. He's involved in everything, whether you know it or not. He's there.
By the power vested in me, at this WEDDINGG. I now pronounce you husband and WIFEE. You may now KISS the BRIDEE. Jeff, are you having a stroke? No, I am not.
Jeff needs to go back to like first grade to spell a little bit there.
Listen, where he's from, education don't matter. You know this.
Yeah, fair.
He should, by the way, Will in the chat is right. Jeff should be defending the Texas Chainsaw championship at the reception. He said he would do it. He said he would defend that title, but for the right person.
I would like that. I don't think that's gonna happen either. But he needs to defend it. I mean, he really doesn't. It's the greatest 2-year run ever. I hope it continues forever.
Good for Jeff. Happy for him. no one else in this story should be happy. It's just Jeff. Oh, I love that Sean's running around trying to tell everyone this was my headline while everyone's giving you props for it. Probably one of my favorite bits from yesterday.
Yeah, it was a collaborative effort. Sean deserves his credit for it.
Okay, I'm glad. Is your microphone close as it should be, or have you pulled it back?
I'm just talking very low. I'm
okay.
Sorry. I mean, I can. Here, is this better? I'll just hold the mic the entire time because I have no energy today.
I mean, you can still put it down. Maybe just put it down a little further, or turn down the gain a little bit, and you can hold it.
Turn it down.
Yeah, turn down the gain. You can do
that better.
Yeah. Actually,
it's not better.
No, not louder. You sound proper. Oh, turning it down was if you were gonna hold it.
Oh no, I'm gonna move it back.
Oh, right, I mean,
do I need to turn it up?
No, I think you're okay. Sit back, talk normal.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Someone else will complain. Ain't gonna be me. My audio is fine, right? Right? I'm always loud.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm always loud.
I'm just low energy today. I apologize, everyone.
It's okay. We got plenty of stuff. We got plenty of stuff to talk about. That'll bring your mood back up. I updated my my audio situation, Jeremy. I'm very, very lucky.
I saw you got like a new camera or something.
So it's not a camera. Sorry, I'm gonna geek out for a second. It's a field recorder. These guys, and also I apologize if you're an audio person. Tascam makes a field recorder where you basically put your camera on top of this guy, and then your tripod's underneath. So it's kind of in the middle. And you plug your microphones in, and you can record everything natively to this, and then just sync it up afterwards. It's rules, and it's got a good price on it. So I'm happy. I can go do a bunch more interviews that look better and sound as good as they always do.
Nice. I'm happy for you then. As long as you're happy, then I'm happy about it.
Buddy, I am happy about it. Well, that's fine. That's you'll be happy when you have crystal clear audio from which to work when you're pulling quotes.
Nah, I don't do that anymore.
That's fair. Whoever did the Evil Uno interview basically took the entirety of the interview and just put the whole transcription on one article when talking about the 24-hour match.
I mean, Thatch did the transcription. I did the article that went up yesterday. So
that's
I took
one.
Yeah. So but I just took the whole 24-hour match. Like there was more to the interview that he talked about. Those are going to be other articles.
I'm just making fun. It's just a long. It's a very long quote, and he had plenty to say. Go check out the interview. It's up on Fightful. The first of the articles are out, and so is the entire video. It's about 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes to spare, right? Go watch it. While you got a little bit of time to spare, would you leave a thumbs up on the video? Would you? Yeah, do that. Yeah. Where's my pyro today?
I got a smile. The smile apparently brings it out, but
yeah. Oh, we got one. Oh, there's the bigger smile brings a bigger pyro. You know what? There it is. You're not going to be seeing much pyro for the next 3 weeks on AEW television, so we may as well just get what we can get. It's not a shot, by the way. They're in a venue that doesn't have pyro equipped for it. You might see like a little steam or a little bit of, like the ROH sparklers, but I don't think you'll see much else. And of course, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out. I need you. We want you. Subscribe to our channel. And you can donate to Super Chat. Any amount, get your question or statement read on the air. We always appreciate your support, so get on it, would you? It's good. Gray's asking, how's the sound rate better than the frame rate? Yeah, actually. I would say the sound is going to look better, but the frame rates will look good too. Everything gets shot in 1080, and I either upscale it or I find a 4K camera and shoot natively in 4K. I would like to do more of that. I need a 4K camera to do that.
Good luck.
It's not cheap. If someone wants to
steal one,
I mean, I have people I can ask for, but yeah, if anyone wants to donate to the Joel Needs a 4K camera fund, I guess, then you can go ahead, do that. Go to my PayPal or just donate here. It's fine. Cyclops saying Joel may be happy now, but just wait until he has to review TNA tomorrow. I'm aware of what happens tomorrow on TNA, minus a few additions. I noticed that Ariana Grace is no longer the liaison because she is being macked on by the new Adonis known as Stax. Stax the Adonis over here trying to get his girl. Do you see that? This has been the last few weeks now on NXT.
Yeah, Tony D'Angelo is also dead, so has no one investigated this?
Yeah, what's the deal? I was under the impression that maybe it was Omos making an NXT run, but now Omos is in AAA. Maybe it's going to be Tony D shows up in Mexico, and that's what happened. He's under a new assumed name, wearing a mask. He is El Grande Americano.
I don't think they have a plan, and they just decided, let's do the Sopranos ending, and we'll figure it out later. That's it. Yeah. And maybe later is just he just doesn't appear for months.
El Grande, I'm walking here. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be El Grande D'Angelo.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, well, so does most of the ideas coming out of that camp. So what do you expect?
He should just win the speed title. Just come back and he just wins the speed title. But then, he doesn't defend the speed title. He, at least not in a wrestling match, because wrestling is stupid. He talks about speed, but, it's all drug front, because it's always a drug front. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad, so I just think they should recreate. They should mix, Breaking Bad with The Wire, with The Sopranos, with the Tony D'Angelo character. That's what I would do. They already try to do stuff like that, but they fail.
They've already tried. Yeah, I feel like they've already
fail.
That.
They should do it good, is what I'm trying to say.
Go. Now you're asking for too much.
Yeah, they should try to do it good. Yeah, Big Ange left the hideout. They had the big meeting and they did the triple threat match, and nothing really came of that. And something came of it. It all got resolved, and then everybody went their separate ways. Tony D'Angelo died. Stax is hanging out with Ariana, and I forgot what the other guy's doing.
Luca Crucifino.
Yeah, is he on TV? I don't feel like I've seen him.
I don't think I've seen him either. Is he on Evolve now? I don't know. That's a question for SB3 tomorrow. That's something.
I don't think he's on Evolve. I do the Evolve results and I speed run it. I'm pretty sure he's not on Evolve.
Huh. Who knows? Maybe someone in the chat knows. And of course, what's her face? Rizzo. She's injured.
Yeah, she's out right now. So, that's unfortunate for her.
For her, sorry, I thought you said unfortunate for, and then just kind of trailed off as if you didn't.
Unfortunate for her.
It is unfortunate for her. I'm watching her videos every once in a while that she's posting on her recovery. She's done 2 so far, and then they're somewhat entertaining. I can't stand people trying to do their kayfabe voice while they're doing a coming back from injury type of video. It's like, follow me as I kayfabe my way through this video for you, so that maybe when the office sees, they'll see how much work I've done. It's like, all right, good for you. Why does my New York sound like Peter Griffin, New England? I don't know, but here we are.
Is Luca Crucifino? I can't say his name. It's Crucifino.
He is not on TNA.
I say Joe would know if he's on TNA.
Yeah, he's not on TNA. There are no lawyers on TNA. There, you know what? Oh no,
that would actually be a good bit.
I just realized Santino, the lawyer he's been talking to about Trick's 50-day contract thing, it's going to turn out to be Crucifino, isn't it? Because of course nobody takes Santino seriously, and Santino's an idiot. So there it is. That's going to be it.
That's
glad
fine.
we cracked that code. Ugh.
Well, he can be now. He can be like Saul in the whole story. Breaking Bad we need a Saul Goodman. He can be the Saul Goodman.
His TNA appearances should be him in his backstory. Even though TNA is technically happening at the same time as NXT, his entire appearance on TNA should be his backstory, where he's catching up to whatever's going on in NXT at the end of it. It's like he's brand new. He is a new lawyer. Nobody's ever heard of him before. And you just tell the story of Luca Crucifino, and someone's like, how do you pronounce your name? And he's like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden they get to the final moment where he helps solve a murder. They find out Eric Young is actually a ghost. He's the one who discovers it. And then he goes back to NXT, and it's like, they're like, where have you been? And he's like, I just got here. What are you talking about? I don't know you people. And he catches up to modern day NXT.
He's got to use a different name, though. He can't use Luca Crucifino.
Yeah, I hope not, because it's impossible to say.
Yeah, he's got to, like Saul was Jimmy McGill, so he's got to, turn himself into somebody else. He doesn't know who this Luca Crucifino guy is. He's like, I've never heard of him. What are you talking about? He's got to go full other identity in TNA. Nobody spoiled Better Call Saul for me.
Lionel Hutz. He should be, I don't know. He should call himself Chuck. Just Chuck
McGill.
Just Chuck McGill. Okay. Really lean into it.
All right.
I don't want to do it. No, because then he's got to start wearing, weird tinfoil hats and tinfoil suits and all.
Spoil the show.
You've watched the show. Stop it.
I've not seen Better Call Saul.
Have you not seen? We talked about it. I thought you had started it.
I started it, but I don't know what happens.
Oh, okay. I thought you had at least gotten past the first couple of seasons.
I don't remember what season was. I knew the tinfoil hat bit.
Oh, then you're fine. I'm not going to go too far into it. I've got one season.
I don't know what happens. Like, my memory is not that good, as everyone knows. And so I know certain pieces. I'm rewatching Breaking Bad, and I'm on season 4, and I'm like, oh, I forgot this shit happened in season 4. There's full scenes and episodes that I'm like, I have no recollection of any of this. My memory's not good on this stuff.
This is the answer. The big shadow is Santino standing over Tony D, trying to get Stacks away from Ariana because they love her like a daughter. Oh, God. It's all awful. It's all terrible. Lucas Crucifix. That's the thing. They got to fix something so stupid that it just flies in the face of everything we're talking about. Lucas Soprano is what they'll call him.
Tony D'Angelo is just going to go up to the main roster and be on main event within 2 weeks. And that's going to be that. I wish they had a better plan for him. For a company that loves to talk about stories and characters and everything, they kind of suck when they have actual characters. They just don't know what to do with them. Like Tony D'Angelo is just gonna have to fight for himself up on the main roster because he's almost too much of a character that they're gonna have no idea what to do with him. Again, despite having 50 writers and like talking about characters and stories. But now it's all real and it's all kayfabe, and let's go back behind the curtain and tell you how everything is done and we make all the decisions.
Of course, but we also have to explain a babyface and a heel. What is a heel? And then just have Triple H in front of a big AI board trying to explain a heel is I'm not going to do this bit. That's too much. Either way, 2.0 was a hilarious experiment for trying to recreate wrestlers with jobs, and then they had to course correct because they realized how stupid it was, but also how much people were getting behind it. No, it was like because on the main roster they weren't doing this type of characters. Like they weren't doing this type of character development. And for Tony D, who got over because everyone was like, oh my God, he's so camp, it's stupid. And then he went out and wrestled and like, oh, he's actually not terrible. He could get better. We got to a point where Tony had a ceiling. Like, let's be honest. He was never going to be super duper WrestleMania main eventer, but he always had his place with the way he got over and the way that he was performing. Now it just sucks that like they had to course correct so hard when they got out of 2.0 that his character never changed. In fact, it just got more wacky and more sinister, and nothing happened until he got murked, presumably.
He should be such an easy character to book, honestly.
He should.
Because he is such a character, and he can just connect so many different things. Even if like you don't need him to connect things, he can, because he's a mob boss. So you can just do so much with that. You need someone to be an informant. You need someone to whisper secrets. You need someone to keep secrets. Like, you need someone to launder money. There's just so many little connective tissue pieces that he could piece in storylines that could be useful. But they never know what to do with those characters. Again, they hit their one beat because they've seen one episode of Sopranos, and then they move on after that. Instead of like actually, like, imagine him just like being like a bloodline mole or something. Imagine him just being the middleman between Miz and Mello type of thing. Imagine him as infiltrating Judgment Day or doing a feud with Judgment Day. He's in like their clubhouse. He wants to take they're on his territory. He's trying to take over their territory in the clubhouse. And there's so much there. And it doesn't have to be like big prominent storylines. Like the territory with the clubhouse thing probably feels bigger than I'm making it out to be. Or smaller than I'm making it out to be. But man, there's just so many little things that a character like that can do that they just don't know what to do with those characters.
Oh, instead he's going to be in a tag team with R-Truth.
Probably.
Got to do the comedy stuff.
He defeated Obafemi, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's right. They did the whole thing with the North American title to push Oba up, and he just kind of existed.
And he's just selling drugs to the... like the new recruits come in, and they're all like the NIL.
He's the NIL drug dealer? Oh, no.
Yeah. And he's just dealing drugs. To him, he's like, you guys want to get ahead? You want an extra advantage? Like, I got your hookup right here. What you want? Like, you want to stay up later so you can train more? You want to bulk up a little bit faster, a little bit quicker? Huh? What you want to do? Going to parties? God, there's just so much stuff. Tony D'Angelo would kill in Ring of Hallucinations. He would dominate Ring of Hallucinations.
Lawrence is like, want to be cool? Here's some meth. It is Florida, so you know what? Probably do okay.
Again, there's just so much he can do. Like, I'm even thinking of the American Canadian storyline with Chelsea and Ethan and Tavion and Tyra May, like crooked politicians. Tony D's got him in his pockets and everything. There's endless possibilities for a character like that, and their thing is just like, hey, let's do like a safe house and let's off people without offing people. Like they tried in some instances, like when they who'd they kill out of No
Two
Quarter
Dimes?
Catch Crew?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
oh,
Two Dimes
yeah.
as well.
Damien Kemp.
Yeah, they put him in the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like you can do connective stuff with other groups like that. So they know they can do this stuff, but like they just they don't do it. They don't do it enough. Gulak was another one they kind of killed. And they just don't do it enough because they just get thought into their one idea, and once they do their one idea, it's like, all right, we don't really have anything after that. And then they try to make him Rocky because they're like, Italian Rocky, haha.
Yeah, we're going to Philly.
Yeah, that was their grand idea because they're like, we've seen our one Sopranos episodes, we've done the Sopranos thing, we got to move on to a new movie. Let's go to Rocky because Philly and Italians, and that was that. Man, give me Tony D. He'll be the champ. He'll be the full on champ everywhere.
It just doesn't make sense that you have a character who actually has the ability to be fleshed out and you take 0 steps to flesh it out beyond like the Italian stereotypes you've developed.
Yeah, they don't. That's the thing. They don't flesh out any of the characters, and it's disappointing. This is why I should have the pencil. Let me be one of your 50 writers, Triple H. I give you plenty of ideas. I'll write personally for Tony D. Me and him just make magic together. They'd all get shot down though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta make it work first. Would you be on the home team or would you be on the away team? Would you be at the shows or would you be in the office?
I don't want to live in Florida.
No, so, I know that feeling.
Yeah. No, I would prefer. Can I get like an every other week type of gig? I think that'd be cool.
Sure, you could probably get in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to travel every single week. And some companies should just give me the pencil. ROH, NWA. That promotion just has like nothing going. Did you know they changed the world title?
Yes,
NWA.
I listened to The Weekender with Steven Jensen over on Fightful Select, the best $5.99 in the business.
Oh, okay. Like
he got the results. He reported the results. We've ran articles about the results, which is
we ran articles a week later because no one knew. Like no one realized the world title had changed hands.
I don't think people realize that the NWA is still in existence half the time.
They're still airing matches from Crockett Cup, which took place in May. 3 months ago.
It's amazing.
They are airing matches. Like, what are you guys doing?
I think they really hope that this Roku deal turns them around per se, but at least gives them a kick in the pants. So this was one thing going into the 77th anniversary show that I did hear Jensen talk about, and that was having Silas Mason win would be like a good opportunity for them to kind of reset in their own way. And I was like, listen, I don't know shit about the NWA right now. I know what Jensen says in the articles that I read, and that's about as far as I go because I'm not watching the show weekly. It's not for me, and I also don't have the time. So I'm just watching it, and I'm like, sure, whatever. Like what Jensen's saying, I guess it makes sense because Tom Latimer sure as shit isn't doing much for me. He's defending it more on the indies than he was in the NWA. It felt like. So
that's because you just saw more of the indie appearances. He defended it a lot on NWA shows, but
it was just the way it looked.
Paid attention.
So this is their opportunity to kind of reset in their own way with a different character, a different presentation, and maybe it does like a little something. I don't think they're going to suddenly become, number one at all, or 2 or 3 or 4, but like I think they think this will at least get something.
You know how I know they're already wrong on this? Because this title change took place a week ago and no one noticed. So no, this title change has not done anything. I think Silas Mason is fine. Like, Tom Lattimore was like, all right, fine. But their shows just have no motion, no buzz, nothing. I don't think the Roku thing, no deal is going to help if you're still airing shit from 3 months ago. I don't care if you're on, you could be on Fox. You could be on Fox, but if you're airing stuff from 3 months ago, no one's going to care. Honestly.
Fox is airing stuff from, 1984 and people are watching, so.
Sure, but that's...
Sorry, that's Fox News, my bad.
No, that's syndication and reruns and stuff. Like if you're trying to present something...
that was a politics joke that people had to fly through.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It was a poorly planned politics joke. Go ahead.
I got it once you said 1984 and Fox News.
I had to clarify Fox versus Fox News. They are two different presentations. Go ahead.
Like imagine if Fox aired the Super Bowl like 3 months after it happened. I'm sure people would tune in, but they ain't tuning in that much for that. 3 months later, like we know who wins. Oh, you're telling me the Eagles win 40-17? All right, don't need to really check this out. Like it's not gonna do anything. These airing your show 3 months. I don't care what network you're on. You're not gonna get any buzz off of it. This is why just give me the pencil for NWA. I'd bring them to prominence with my drug booking.
Narcotics Wrestling Alliance. We're going to do it. We're going to find a way to build the NWA into the prominent narcotic brand it should be.
What NWA page did you get banned from, Scott?
I was reading this.
What is what NWA page exists?
I have to assume it's their Twitter. I have to assume it's that. And maybe if it's their Facebook, that's even funnier.
I hope it's their Facebook.
Facebook is the only one that makes sense. If it's their Twitter once liked a post that made it was me making fun of them because it was the someone had gotten someone had gotten their jacket stolen and they made a big deal of it on the air, and basically like it wasn't a bit. They were trying to get their jacket back. It was one of the legends. I don't know if you remember this. There was an NWA like legend who was doing a promo in the ring talking about how their jacket got stolen, like their ring jacket, like one of the old ring jackets of the past got stolen, and they were trying to recover it, and there was like a $7,000 bounty on it. Anyway, the NWA account liked it, and I was just laughing. I was like, I'm making fun of you. Oh god, I wish I could remember what it was.
Twitter is where Scott got banned. I'm sorry, Scott, that the NWA banned you. See, the NWA Twitter, that's what's weird. Is when Natty showed up, they were like, look, Natty's here. When Rhino showed up, they're like, look, Rhino's here. Like they posted day of when that stuff happened. They didn't post anything about this title change. Like nothing. They barely posted that the show was happening, much less that the title was changing. They got more they're posting more about Logan Paul getting married because the gown was designed by Corgan's wife. That was their biggest post. They didn't care about the title changing hands. I say, hey guys, Billy Corgan's wife designed this gown. Everyone pay attention.
It was the Bobby Fulton ring jacket. The historic tux jacket that he had since '84 was stolen. And it was taken at an NWA event. This was 2023. And he went to the ring and they made it a big deal on TV about how he lost this stupid jacket. And I was talking about how this was this is part of the show now. Someone stole the jacket and this is what their show is. And the NWA liked it, but it was very clearly a mean, sarcastic tweet that I was making about Bobby Fulton's stolen ring jackets.
They're just happy anybody's watching.
That's true. Like this was 2023. It was still at a pay-per-view. It was still on somewhere.
They're just like, thanks for
the engagement.
The insight and the engagement. Appreciate you watching.
Someone has to watch it.
Fair. I mean, you don't have to.
I
used to as a bit, and then it just became so bad that I was like, I can't even do this.
Yeah, eventually it all gets sour and you just don't want to do it anymore. And you hand it off to Pulowski.
Pulowski wouldn't even put himself through NWA.
Bless. Give him a puppet, he might.
Maybe.
Actually, that gives me an idea. Sean, after they use the puppets for this, can we have them review the NWA Weekly with the puppets? Do it for TikTok, an exclusive TikTok event. The puppets come to TikTok.
Yeah.
National Wrestling Puppets. Anyway, I'm seeing that the NXT Homecoming show is almost sold out. They were selling $50.
Like 10 people in Full Sail. Of course it's selling out.
Jacob Cohen was just posting because he can't be there, but he was looking into it. $50 plus for the cheapest ticket. They probably did a gate of around 20,000 by charging for the show versus doing a free PC show for this homecoming event. Maybe not sustainable weekly, but they'll probably consider doing it more often. So we'll see. Listen, it was a place and time NXT Full Sail.
TNA ran Full Sail. Like what?
They did that one time.
A couple years ago?
Last year.
Okay.
Good for them.
That's fine. Me and Garrett Kidney are best friends because of Full Sail, so they always have a special place in my heart.
More phone calls to Full Sail. Ricky Saints, speaking of Full Sail, he's the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Javon Evans is missing, presumed dead. Where's Javon Evans, Jeremy?
With Tony D, I guess.
He's missing, presumed dead. I can't believe this. Ricky Saints, he beats Josh Briggs in the main event not the main event, the mid-show main event.
Yeah, weird that they didn't put that in the main event, but I mean no offense, like you have Ricky come out to confront Obafemi at the end of Heatwave, and then it's like, hey, face Josh Briggs. Like, wow, wonder how this is gonna go.
Yeah, not the way I would have done this, but they did the match. Saints wins. Then they cut to the back for something completely separate, and then they come back and Saints is still in the ring. So they did like a full ass 5 to 10 minute break between this, and then they come back and Saints is in the ring, and out comes Obafemi. And
not having like the entrances and everything, it was just a weirdly paced and placed show last night. Maybe they booked it with the blindfold. They're like, let's test these things out before Lexus King and Miles Bourne. And so Sean's just like arranging things on the board and like, done. What do we got? And then that was the end result last night.
Yeah, everything was on fire. Yeah. And I don't mean in the good way. The show was very strangely paced, and then so they do the Ricky Saints match. Then Obafemi comes out. Then you've got Dark State who comes out. They're the new tag team champions, by the way. Which two you'll never know until the match starts. They're gonna freebird the titles, I guess. And then Hank and Tank come out, honk honk, and that's a whole thing that they do now is honk honk, and they get they do a beatdown. So now we got to do another Dark State versus the main event and the only tag team scene. This is something we're going back to again. You're going to get an 8-man tag with Hank and Tank. Ricky Saints now gets tossed in there, and Oba gets to deal with them again. And then I guess Hank and Tank are going to get another tag title shot out of this.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Ava's just like, hey, shut the fuck up and let me keep talking. That's my favorite part. Where it's like, you guys come in here, you talk, you run your mouths, and then you leave without me getting my point across. Let me get my shit in. And then she tells them about they got the match, the 8-man tag. Sure, they got to find something to do with Dark State because they went from not caring about Dark State to not caring about Dark State to suddenly giving them the tag titles and caring about them, and now we're back to just like we'll toss them in an 8-man tag and then come out with a tag match out of this. Sure,
I got a lot of stocks in Dark State, Zeno Hour, because I bought pretty high when they first debuted. And then I couldn't sell low, so I got plenty of Dark State stocks if you would like some.
Some may say you were the originator of the Dark State stock.
Maybe. I was in very early on Dark State. Then they kind of disappointed me for a little bit, but it's going back up a little bit now, so we'll see. They would be great in Ring of Hallucinations as well.
Dark State?
Yeah.
What about Hank and Tank, Hong Kong? Would they be using their Hong Kongs to do some cocaine?
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, could.
Feels like a bad idea.
Hank and Tank are fine. Just the everyman kind of team.
Yeah,
They'd-
one of
they'd
them
work
used to be
okay.
one of the janitors.
Yeah, it'd work okay.
Remember that? Remember when Hank was a janitor?
Barely, but sure.
And everyone was waiting for him to do the laugh because he was basically Seth Rogen. He
Oh,
looks like Seth Rogen. Everyone was just waiting for him to go, and then that would be him. He should have just been a stoner. He should have just been a stoner working man. That would have been it. Hank and Tank, stoners working man. Cheech and Chong, Hank and Tank. We just gave them a new gimmick.
yeah, they'd be good drug meals. Louis got it. They'd be
Tony
really
D.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be good drug meals for Hank and Tank or for Tony D. Or a rival dealer.
Oh,
That's
now we're
out
getting
there.
into
You never
Narcos
know.
territory.
Yeah,
Okay.
you never know. I gotta have roles for him. I can definitely have roles for him.
Hank, I guess, was a security guard. Well, didn't he start off as a janitor, as a custodian? Honestly, they're one and the same in that place.
I would what's that movie with Goodwill Hunting?
Oh, I thought you were going for Pineapple Express because we're talking about Seth Rogen.
No. I was going janitor, so I was going Matt Damon.
Well, I mean, kind of also Pineapple Express, but anyway.
Yeah. I'd go Goodwill Hunting with Hank and Tank. These people just treat them like they're nobodies, but they're actually like super geniuses.
Oh,
You seen A Beautiful Mind?
No, I haven't. I know. I obviously know the movie. I've not watched it.
Okay. I watched that in school. I watched that in like high school or something. I feel like we watched it twice, actually. It was Russell Crowe is in that movie. I don't know. I just got where apparently we're just talking like super genius movies right now. But there you go. Beautiful Mind, Goodwill Hunting. Go watch those movies or don't.
Don't. You watch Airheads. I do recommend that one.
Airheads. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Oh, it's a great movie. That was the real Adam Sandler start.
Sandler was in the Eminem documentary that I watched last night.
Oh yeah, was he interesting? Was he good? What happened?
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was Adam Sandler. It's a documentary. He wasn't playing like a character or anything. Just talking about Eminem. It was a good documentary. Like it's on Paramount Plus for anybody who would like to watch it. If you're already a stan, like you're probably not gonna learn anything new. But you know, they talk to like a bunch of super fans, and like you really see the depths of the super fandom. I think people know this, but when you watch something like this, it really hits you of like how deep these fans are. Like I'm a fan, I'm a stan, but like one dude is like he's going to Detroit, and like he's got the weird beard, like Eminem, and people are like, and he's got his like hoodie up, and he wears like the fitted hat and everything, or the snapback. No, it's the fitted, not the snapback. He wears like the fitted hat, and people are like, oh, it's Eminem, but it's not him because it's some French dude. Like he didn't go to school for like 3 months after Proof died. He was so distraught that Proof died. He didn't go to school for 3 months. He visited Detroit on like a vacation. He's from France, mind you. He went to Detroit on vacation, and when he went back to France, like he cried. He's like, I can't believe I left Detroit. Like, who goes to Detroit for a vacation?
Who goes to Detroit? Period.
Yeah, I mean, I went for.
Yeah, you went for a reason, but then you left.
Yeah.
You were there for less than 12 hours.
Yeah, but again, some of these people are just they're really insane, but they got good stories. It's a good documentary. It does show just like the sorry that you live in Detroit, King Potate.
I went to Michigan. Where did I go? Oh my God, where do they play? Where Michigan State is. Anyway, I went there and I didn't last long. We went for 12 hours. We went for a gig and we went home. Shout out to the Cape. Nice venue.
But you really see like the depths of the fandom of some of these people, and like it's obviously across like all celebrities and stuff, right? It's not like Eminem's the only person with stans. He's the one that coined the phrase, and kids these days don't know shit. They don't know that he coined the phrase. You know, I got all these kids, and they're like, "Oh, I stan this person." I'm like, "Oh, do you know where this came from?" They're like, "No." I was like, "God, hell's wrong with you kids? You got to learn your Stan history, where it came from, why it became as popular as it became, and what the original term was all about. You know, now it's just like for a fan, a big fan of a person, but like Stan killed himself. Oh, the French dude. The French dude was... He's amazing, honestly. You gotta watch the documentary just for him. But he's talking about, like, you know, I really related to Stan, and like I see all this, and he's like, but I never killed my wife. I never killed my wife like Stan. and then he continues, and then he's like, I don't have a wife. And my wife just goes, is that the preventative measure stopping him from not doing it? Like he doesn't have the wife. I would love to get the French dude on.
I'm still stuck on Adam Sandler being on this thing and just being like, yeah, I love that Macho Madness. He and I we really clicked. I wanted him to be in the Nikki, but then he was too busy. He couldn't do it. But I wanted him so bad.
He was. Do you know the story of like how him and Eminem met and everything?
No,
he doesn't tell it.
I assume it was basketball.
No.
Wow.
He doesn't tell it. He doesn't tell it in this documentary, but I know it. Like he was, M was the guest performer on SNL, and Sandler. I don't remember if he was the guest, if he was the host, or if he was just like there because, you know, he's just there. And it's just like walking by at the cafeteria or whatever the hell at SNL. And Sandler's like, yeah, Eminem just stood up and he goes, Bobby Boucher, Water Boy. And then they just became friends after that.
Such a stupid way to be friends, and I love it. That's the most guys becoming friends story.
I mean, M's in the Happy Gilmore movie. He's in the best thing about that Happy Gilmore movie.
Yes.
So.
He's done other Sandler movies, hasn't he? Like early, like
Funny People. Funny People.
Yeah, I remember he's in Funny People.
They played himself.
I know people don't really like Funny People. I liked it because I never saw Funny People as a comedy. I always saw it as like a half and half thing, and like I got it, but I guess a lot of people assumed it was going to be just funny, but it was about comedians. And comedians.
Well, it has funny in the title. You would think it'd be.
Comedians are not funny though. Like comedians at their core are messed up human beings. And as I'm watching it, I'm just like, yep, this is exactly what I expected.
The first half of that movie, I always say, the first half of that movie is good. The second half of that movie sucks.
Yeah, because it becomes real. It gets real, and they do the whole thing with the cancer. Oh, it gets real. It's good. It's a good movie. I liked it.
The second half of that movie sucks. I don't care. It's terrible.
That's just like your opinion, man. So anyway, we went on that giant ass tangent. I'm
reaching out to Zolt Shady, by the way. That's his name.
Zolt Shady.
Oh man, he has like a management.
Of course, he's one of those.
This guy like legitimately thinks like he's Eminem. It's kind of insane.
Probably does a bunch of appearances thinking he's
he 100% does. Like I'm just scrolling through his Instagram here. Like he 100% thinks he's like Eminem. It's kind of nuts, but oh man.
First question: have you murdered your wife or girlfriend yet? Yeah, this seems bad. I'm not doing this.
All right, we're gonna contact his management because
this is sure
an Instagram guy with 3,000 followers has management. Like what the fuck?
I mean, I get it. Management doesn't necessarily mean that it's with a management company. It can literally just be someone who's acting on behalf of this person and getting them.
Do you think it's just like him? Like
it is. That's another thing that is possible. It could very much be someone who's just they're representing themselves, but their alter ego is what you're booking.
I swear, if he has like a fee of like, hey, you know, $100 for an interview. I swear if he's one of those people, not to bury anybody, but you know, we've reached out to some wrestlers and they're like $50 for 15 minutes. We're like, what the fuck? We're not paying you to be on our show. No offense. Like, I liked you as a kid growing up. Like, good luck with everything, but we're not paying anybody to be on our show. We don't need it that bad. And it's not going to benefit them because, I mean, I guess it does benefit them, but there's also a reason why this person, I didn't see like a single interview with this person because nobody's going to pay to do these interviews.
I refer people to podstars.net, at which you will laugh at. Have you never seen Podstars?
Oh, dude, I don't know why.
Okay, Podstar with a Z at the end, or a Z for you.
All right, hold on. Let's view this as a friendship circle
group
here.
Okay, am I going to present this? I'm going to put this on.
Are you gonna? Oh, you're gonna.
Yeah.
On the screen. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Here. Podstars. I've specifically broken out into the wrestling people.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So the idea here is that you can have these people pay, or you pay these people for an appearance on your show. So
Dude, Cardona's there. That's hilarious.
So Cardona's there, I think, as a more of a joke because he does $1,000 for 60 minutes. So like that, I laughed at. Everyone else is treating this as a shoot. Like Big Body Javi is trying to get $250 for 60 minutes.
Tom Lattimore
wants $225 for an hour. The China cosplay person.
Jesus.
I mean, we didn't pay for Gangrel.
Yeah, we did not pay for Gangrel. I will confirm you to that. We did not pay for Gangrel.
So there's that. But sure, Bobby Stevenson's $500 for 30 minutes.
That's insane.
Isn't it? Lash LaRue, I hope he draws you a damn picture on the air for $155.
I would actually want Lash LaRue on this show.
We could probably get him without having to pay for it.
Yeah.
There are names here. Listen, I understand. Some places will not have to go through this because of, well, they are credible, whatever, wrestling or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. There are credible places that won't have to pay. If you're trying to get like brand new and you're just trying to get exposure, yeah, they're probably going to send you to Podstars. Like EC3, $150 for 60 minutes. Damian Sandow, 30 minutes for $100.
That's absurd.
Yeah, some of them. This is
like, no offense. No offense to these people, either. But like, they're not going to get you the views that's going to make it worthwhile.
Yes. Let's take a look at the musicians.
There's none.
No, this website is just so bad that you got to like go and restart the entire process.
Okay.
Music. Yeah, there you go. Is there anyone here that I'm like,
these people?
I need to get like, that's it. There's just these are the only musicians.
Yeah, I've never even heard of them.
Yeah, we're comedians.
Of course, wrestlers being like the most prominent people.
Carny ass
site.
Spenny Rice from Kenny versus Spenny. There you go.
Who else? Sure. Tom Arnold? It is Tom Arnold.
Oh, it's Tom Arnold's. It's $300 for 60 minutes. Is anyone else here? Paula Duca? I don't know who that is. Mary Jo Pell. I've heard of you before. Mary Jo Pell. Who else? Who else is there? Okay, we'll take this out. Let's do reality TV.
Oh boy, there's gonna be a bunch of people.
No, it's only
oh really?
Air Force Amy from the HBO Cat House. Oh man, yeah, that's it. Sean Kelly, Carlo Bertoli. I don't know who any of these people are.
It's amazing that go to MMA.
I'm gonna do that next. What's the singers one? Zicky Dice.
Zicky Dice and singers. Okay.
But also like wrestling athletes. This is why this website is so messed up.
Zicky's like, I'm getting on here somewhere, brother.
$100 for 60 minutes. Like, all right, sure. Yeah, there's no one here that's like jumping out as. Anyway, MMA. Let's do this.
Yeah, like Brendan Schaub's probably on there.
Hold on. Stop it. Get rid of athletes. There you go. Just these two. Just Jason Miller.
Oh boy. $500 for 60 minutes. Oh
sure. You can open and check out their profiles. And that's it. That's it. Yeah.
To the people who know the history of Jason Miller,
no one's
won't be surprised to see him on that one.
Let's see. Let's do one more.
It's so
politics?
amazing. Sure.
Okay, I found this on the web.
Stop it.
What's one more?
Stop it.
Surrey's like, fuck off with this.
Yeah. All right. There's Buzz Patterson. That's it. 45 minutes, $75.
It's a
Influence. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be
what the
influencers.
hell? I don't know any of these.
No, neither do I. I'm waiting for
It's
one that
Batman.
I guess Bucks County Batman.
Bucks County. He's pretty cheap though. Look at that.
60
You
minutes.
know what? Fuck it. Let's pay $5 for Bucks County Batman.
Did somebody see the Ontario Ghostbuster?
What?
No. Okay, just bugging us. It's not the same Lindsey Graham. This is someone who has a very poor name and poor photo. With 2 guns in her hands is it's ridiculous.
The dude who collects Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That kind of rules.
This guy's got
He's
2.
free.
What is this? TMNT collector.
McGruff the Crime Dog? Like,
No way.
is that the legit McGruff the Crime Dog?
John Lieberman. Like, what are we doing?
All right, but hold on. We got to get Bucks County Batman on this show now.
I'm sure we could do it for free. Jason Sensation, when he's not in a hospital, apparently is doing this for $150.
All right, we probably could get Bucks County Batman for free, but at the same time, like, we can pay $5. We'll be all right.
Let the chat pay for it, damn it.
Well, whoever wins the XP one next month, because Xeno Hour's already winning this month, and Ken just sent us $7 for Bucks County Batman. There we go. All right, folks, I gotta send this email to Zolt Shady first.
Yes.
To try to get Zolt on this show.
Okay, hold on. Santa Claus is available.
Oh.
How much is Santa? It had it there, and then it was. This website sucks. We just find Bucks County Batman ourselves, and also the fact that Santa is being considered. Wait, what was it? An actor. There we go. Get rid of this. This is absurd. Santa Claus is $150 for 60 minutes. What are we doing, Santa?
Santa ain't got time right now. It's only August. He's fine.
Started in 2018. I'm pretty sure Christmas has been around for longer than 6 years. 7 years, whatever it is. He's Cameo's favorite Santa on Cameo, and he's also Uncle Sam, and he's also Father Time. Which is it, Santa? What are you? I've been since December 4th, 2018, a Goodwill ambassador for Cameo. Jesus Christ, I have one of the longest unbroken streaks in Cameo. Louis sent a super chat saying, "We want Batman." Thank you. We're going to find this Bucks County Batman. We're going to do it for free.
All right. I just sent the email to Zolt's management. So we're trying to get...
Is that their name, Zolt's management?
I don't know. All right. Bucks County Batman. Let's look this guy up.
All right.
Amazing. Where is Bucks County? Apparently Pennsylvania, maybe?
Yes. Oh, there you go. Blue Meanie's on. We wouldn't have to pay for him. Swingers on this thing. Why are all these people coming up after the fact?
Bucks County Batman's also like a song? All right.
Sure. Dude,
I'm on Instagram. See, he's got 347,000 followers. At least he's like...
Buff Bagwell's $200 for 60 minutes.
Got some movement here. Got a little motion.
Jesus.
It says DM for promotion / shoutouts. I will do that, Bucks County Batman.
All right, I'm closing this thing.
All right, here we go. Hello, Bucks County Batman. My name is Jerry Lambert. I do a morning show about wrestling and other ventures, to use the term loosely. And we are big fans of your work. That's a lie, but that's fine. Our work.
Before we send this out, I want to just triple check that we're not going to walk into something not good.
What do you mean? Oh, is he like...
I want to make sure that he's not
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can still send it and then do our research. And then if it comes back that he is, we just won't follow up.
All right. You do the thing.
All right. We're big fans of your work. Wondering if you are available for interviews. Roughly, 20 minutes. I'll say 15, 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes. We are live. 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern every weekday.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks.
starting to think. Hold on.
He's Batman.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe we shouldn't be doing this. I'm looking at some of these and I'm not feeling okay about it. Like when I see a photo of him drinking something and it says, "I like my country like I like my energy drinks full of ice."
No.
Or we live in a society where homosexuals lecture us on morals. I don't want to watch I don't want to watch it, but let's just take a quick look. Is this gonna be a thing? I probably wouldn't. I don't even know anymore, man.
Oh yeah, he kind of seems like
he kind of seems like a real piece of shit, is what he seems like. I think maybe we're gonna leave Batman alone and do something literally anything better than this.
Liberals, when they find out gay marriage is illegal in the Ukraine.
Meanwhile, someone I think said that he's dating. So I don't even know, man. A teenager? I don't know.
Oh yeah,
dude. No.
Bucks County Batman seems kind of racist, folks. Well,
yeah, fuck this guy.
Never mind. We're not sending that.
I just knew that this was going to turn into something awful.
Oh, fuck Bucks County Batman.
Go, this guy went to, this guy sucks so bad. You don't I'm seeing stuff. I'm glad I opened my mouth because I'm seeing stuff that just sucks.
No, never mind. We are not big fans of your work, Bucks County Batman.
This guy could suck a big one.
We think you suck, actually.
Ugh.
That's going to be the short for today, is finding out Bucks County Batman's racist. Now we're going to get into beef with Bucks County Batman.
Good. Fuck that guy. He sucks.
Imagine that's how this show blows up, is with our war with Bucks County Batman.
I will happily wage that war.
We're on the side of Bucks County Joker, everybody.
Oh,
hope Joker burns his ass.
I'm a Bucks County Riddler over here. Oh, God. Awful. This guy sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
Anyway, all my friends hate Bucks County Batman. You know what they don't hate? Blindfold matches. Should we talk about this blindfold match that you and SP3 are going to watch soon?
It's only like 5 minutes. It's not even like a long match or anything.
So basically, it was like a speed championship match.
Oh, wait, I got terrible news. Besides also the fact that Bucks County Batman is racist.
Oh, no.
Apparently, our message to Zolt's management got bounced back. So
there is no management, is what we're trying to say.
All right, so we're just gonna DM him on Twitter. He's got on Instagram. He has 3,000 followers.
What's the name?
Zolt Shady. Are you gonna see if he's racist too?
I mean,
every photo is Eminem related. Okay, like
everyone is like, "Who the f is Zolt Shady?" Oh God.
Like it's photos of him as Eminem or Eminem. That's his entire timeline.
Yeah, everyone's bringing up the 3 months off school and proof died comments.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right.
Dude has been laughed out of the Eminem communities for years. The movie doesn't capture how much of a cringe lord he actually is. Anyone who was on TR Shady back in the day probably remembers his absolutely embarrassing lip-syncing video where he would try to sing and dance like Eminem. Came off super corny then, and it's even more cringe now. I see the dude hasn't grown up 15 years later. I get being a diehard fan, but this dude's entire identity is tied up in Eminem. It's really quite something.
That's factual.
I've seen him in real life. I'll just say he's really, really effing awkward.
There's a very funny part in the movie where Eminem goes to visit where his home was. You know, it got burned down and everything, and this because it was falling to pieces and what that he tried to buy it, but the stated I only repossessed, but whatever the word he used was, and he's asked like, do you think that like, how do you feel about just people like coming here to like the street and seeing now this like just empty lot where your home used to be? And he's like, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's weird that people just like come to this empty lot and like you didn't live here, like you don't know anything about going on here, so like it feels weird for anybody like visiting. And then like the next scene is Zolt visiting, and he's just showing up, and like somebody's driving by and they're like, it's Eminem, because again he's got his like hoodie up and he's got his hat on, and he gives him like the salute like he's Eminem, and then the guy's like, oh no, it's not actually him. It's very funny. He seems like, I mean, he's a stan.
Hold on. I gotta hold on. I don't have anything to report on Zolt other than what I've just put out there. But like, I need people to see this photo, and I need people to understand that that's not shady. That is what's his face from yeah. What's his name from How I Met Your Mother? Who's the tall guy, Peter Siegel's character?
Oh, I don't remember his character's name.
You know what I'm talking about. Come on, Jason Siegel's character. Jason Segel.
I know. I don't know his fucking name. What do you want me to say?
That's Jason Segel is who that is. That's Marshall. It's not Marshall Mathers. That's Marshall from How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, that's Marshall from How I Met Your Mother.
Makes sense.
Hey, Marshall Mathers.
I'm pretty sure, he's like a impersonator person, but like he's more than impersonator. He's like a full on, like, I think he thinks he's Eminem.
He's got 740 followers on Twitter. So let's be real here.
That's it? 740
Yeah,
followers?
because you can buy followers on Instagram. You get bought emails about it all the time.
But I don't think he's bought followers on Instagram if he only has 3,000.
I think you can buy 500. Like you can buy short amounts, and the idea is they don't batch follow. They do it in steps so that they make it less obvious. I've dealt with this before. I was in a band once that did this, and it drove me nuts. And I was telling them this isn't going to work, but they were still paying me, so I didn't care. But like they paid for followers, and I was like, this is a dumb idea. And also, you at the time you could see Facebook analytics. You could see where most of your followers were coming from. And when people started seeing coming from Turkey, and they were like, oh, where'd you get this giant following from Turkey? It's like, yeah, where the fuck do you think we got it from? Like, this was the whole thing. So you can't do it.
So I believe you can do it. I'm going to defend and say he's probably not doing it. One, because it is such a low number anyway. And I know, like, if you're trying to compare, like, Instagram followers to Twitter followers, it's like, okay, well. But his Instagram does, like, it's just a lot of photos.
It's active. It's also, it's all Stan stuff. Yeah, he's basically living on the Stan's thing.
His Twitter is just, like, retweets and stuff. Like, his Twitter is kind of useless, honestly. It is useless. At least his Instagram's active and does, like, have content. And again, it's not like 3,000 is a lot.
You went to
I don't think he's bought Instagram followers. I think he just has, like,
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I think he just has like not a whole lot of traction, despite the fact that he thinks he's Eminem.
The reunion, August 25th, 6:30 Eastern. Stan's reunion will be live. They can come join us, talking, having fun. Like, what is this?
Oh, it's the people in the documentary.
People who are in the doc, but like, man, people are just running for this. Anyway, it exists. Leon Kompowski asks Eminem. My name is Leon Kompowski. Nobody took me serious until I just talk like this. Anyway, this is invigorating, let me tell you. Are you still trying to get in touch with him?
I mean, I haven't messaged him. I can.
I mean, at this point, you may as well. Can you DM him? No, you can't DM him on Twitter, though. You can do it on Instagram. I can do
it on Instagram.
Absurd. Talk to him about being a fake ass.
All right, there. I just sent the message.
King Potato saying still shocked about Bucks County Batman. Honestly, you shouldn't be. You really shouldn't be. I was not at all, like when I was looking. Any grown man who dresses up as a comic book character 9 times out of 10 does not understand what that comic book character actually stands for, and they just think vigilante justice, and that's what that's all they see. They're just like they're just right-wing fucking nut jobs. There was, remember Bat Dad? Nobody. I'm not talking about the South Park one. I'm talking about
the South Park.
The Bat Dad. That was different. No, the Bat Dad who would like have the half mask and tell his kids to eat his vegetables. That was funny. This guy's just gross. Nothing about that should shock anybody. And I think like Podstars is just riddled with weird, like MAGA ultra right wing weirdos. So
And wrestlers.
and well, one of the same, Jeremy.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah,
same.
the Venn diagram, there's some overlap there.
It's a big overlap.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, let's put our blindfolds on. Good match or great match?
I need to hold on.
Oh no! Is the cat excited?
Oh.
Oh man. There are people who dress up in these character costumes and they go and visit places like hospitals and like they do stuff for kids. Those are fine. They're also doing that for like an hour of their time. These people are running around wearing the stupid masks and trying to be a whole gimmick and trying to make money off of it. These people are donating time.
All right,
What's
Joel.
going on there?
We're gonna review the blindfold mask match.
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
Okay. There's only one way to do this.
I figured as much. Oh wow, and a sleep mask.
All right.
Yeah.
We good? Can we reviewing this match?
Yeah, I think we can review it.
Okay.
So Lexus King kicks a man in the dick and wins the match.
Yeah, that finish rules. This match was fine. Like, I'm sure people were mad about it, but I think it was fine. It's less than 5 minutes. They did the spot you would want to do. It was hokey, as it should be. It's a blindfold match, you know? I love the spot in the corner where Lexus is like yelling at him.
Yeah, so that was the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's very funny. It was a silly match, but it's a blindfold match. It's supposed to be silly. Now, if they called it a lights out steel cage blindfold match, I would have an issue with it. Although the lights would have actually been out, so maybe that would have worked.
It would have been literal.
Yeah.
An exploding death match, blindfold match.
That would actually rule. That's some
One
shit
day.
we'll book in Ring of Hallucinations.
That should be the main event to the Ring of Honor pay-per-view on Friday.
Both men are masked, so they could just kind of wear blindfolds over that.
It was a pillowcase match, said Kate and Alex. Sure, it was, but like that's how they do.
Yeah, but-
That's how most of these blindfold matches look.
Right.
Because
right.
that's how you keep it on.
Yeah, otherwise it would probably fall off very easily. My favorite was the running the ropes bit.
That's
And how Lexus King just falls to the out. Like, why was he ducking down as he's running there to fall to the outside? It was so stupid, but again, it's a blindfold match. It's supposed to be stupid.
My favorite part was they do the interview on the ramp as Miles Bourne's coming out, and they're like, "How are you going to do this match?" And he's like, "I may be blind and I may be deaf, but I can still feel the audience. So will you clap for me?" And that's going to happen. I'm like, this is the most white meat babyface bullshit I've ever heard. You're going to empower me because I can feel the vibrations. And I'm like it doesn't exactly work like it does. I'm not going to tell you how you sense things given your situation, but like, we're really pushing this here. We're really trying for something. And they do the one spot where he's like pointing to find Lexus and the crowd's cheering him on. Like, it's good crowd work. It's good character work, but like, it's so hokey. It's so funny.
Yeah, it was great.
Got
This
that
is the-
drop kick though.
This was the best thing. He did, though, a good dropkick for being blindfolded. This is the best thing on the show. The rest of the show sucked. This was exactly what it was supposed to be. You don't go in a blindfold match expecting a 5-star classic or anything. You expect it to be silly and dumb. It didn't go long. 5 minutes. That's it. Didn't overstay its welcome. Wasn't trying to be some classic match or anything. This was perfectly in line with what it needed to be. This might be my match of the year so far.
You know, someone's going to go and make a blindfold match a serious one that's going to rule, and it's going to go 15 minutes. One day it's going to happen. And then everyone's going to question the authenticity of the blindfold.
Yeah, I was say, but then like you can't do like then it's not a blindfold match. If you it would be very hilarious if like they did like Will Ospreay and Speedball in a blindfold match, but they just wrestled it like a normal match.
Yes.
And they went like 13, 15 minutes. But the blindfold didn't actually go. It was like, wow, that's the greatest blindfold match. Well, they didn't use the stipulation. No, their eyes are so strong that they would see through the blindfold. This thing is amazing, by the way. Like, I can't see a damn thing.
Yeah, you can fall asleep later on with that.
I might, honestly.
What's that? What's the make of that?
I'll tell you. Are we done reviewing? I can only take this off when we're done reviewing the match.
Yeah, Alexis King kicks Osborne in the dick and gets the win.
But you gotta. He poked the referee in the eyes, even though
he blindfolded he blinded the referee.
Yeah,
he made him feel how they were feeling.
Great bit of storytelling.
That's right.
He knew it was the referee too, because he could feel the shirts. He knew Osborne didn't have a shirt on. He saw that much.
That is very smart. That's true.
But he could feel, and then he still poked him in the eye, knowing he could have the culpability of, oh, I didn't know it was the ref. Like, yeah, I kind of felt the shirt, but like, maybe he put a shirt on in the middle of the match. It was fantastic. Credit to both men. Blindfold matches are very stupid and tough to do because they're very stupid, but they did the best they could with this dumbass stipulation, and I thought it was great. 5 stars, 6 stars actually, and 7 stars in the Performance Center.
7 stars in Full Sail. Had it been in Full Sail. That's why the name of the episode isn't one of the worst wrestling matches ever. It's one of the dumbest, because it can be dumb and it can still be very entertaining.
Yeah, I love dumb shit. It's my brand.
This is the bait that we all experience weekly on the NXT show.
Has the chat been nice to me during this? I can't see anything.
Yeah, they've been fine.
Okay.
King Potato says they should have done a Daredevil spot.
Oh, that'd been good.
One day they'll do it. They'll do a whole wearing a red infrared mask type of thing.
I'd book a great blindfold match in Ring of Hallucinations because they'd be on drugs as well.
Seems bad.
Blindfolded and on X.
I can feel colors. They wouldn't be a match. It'd just be them like laughing and sitting in the ring.
It'd just be them laying on their backs and then just trying not to go to a certain place or going to a certain place and then just trying not to freak out even more. That's how they'd start wrestling. They'd be just freaking out so much. I've never been on X. I actually have no idea what it feels like.
Well, you use it every day to post your articles and stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. But the drug, Joel.
Oh, the drug. Anyway, you can probably take that off now.
All right. Whew.
I know, right?
Shit. It's like walking out of a movie theater.
How do you think they felt afterwards?
Jeez.
It's like walking out of a movie theater. He says.
Yeah.
You watch movies during the daytime anymore.
When I went to see The Naked Gun the other week.
Oh yeah, your hair looks beautiful.
Yeah, no, hold on.
Yeah, rules.
There we go. Stick it back a little bit. This is a Therabody sleep mask. I don't think it's charged, but you can see the green button there. So it has a vibration.
I was gonna say, it goes wub 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 wub.
Yeah. Amazing. And you can. I don't know if you can put this in. I think you can take out. Maybe not, but I think you can like put it in the fridge to make it colder.
Oh, fridge! Well. Got like a gel pack type of thing.
Yeah, it's not quite that, because I think if you put it in the freezer, it might like break something.
What if you put it in the oven?
No, can't do that.
Cowards.
Can't do that. No. I got it for the wife for Christmas last year. One of these years. Who can keep track of days and times?
Flat
anymore?
Circles. Yep.
But it helps her. She has a headache going to bed, and then just helps her sleep in general, because it's very blinding. You can see like with the way you can't see shit with this thing on. You really can't see anything.
It's like the Apple Vision Pro when people put it on, and like it's got like a full it basically covers everything so that you're fully immersed. That looks like what that's doing over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
During the 24-hour stream, we'll just do a bunch of drugs on this stream.
Great way to get canceled.
But not tell anybody. Well, not if they don't know we're on anything. We're not going to do it on air.
I mean, listen, you go back and you listen to what Stu Grayson and well, you'll hear it in the interview, and what Uno said about the hours of 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. There's a lot of hallucination in that world's longest match. So go watch the interviews. Cheap plug.
We'll take some edibles beforehand and do a 24-hour stream.
Those will just knock me out. They won't make me do anything else. I'll just be like, I'm sleeping. Good night. You want to put your finger on the button?
No.
All right. Well, Volop sent a super chat. So, Vanilla Fumble.
Hi, guys!
Yep. On me for not knowing this 2-pack of ass that we call a blindfold match was on NXT. What a shame. I could have watched it live. You can still go back and watch it live.
It's not on YouTube.
Not yet.
They didn't put the clip up. At least they had no this morning. Let's see if they put it up. No, see, it's not there. Match.
Because you can't put the best parts of the show up like that. You got to make them want to get the Netflix subscriptions.
Full match. Sol Ruka, Zarya, Lola Vice against. Who cares about that match? We want the blindfold match.
Well, I don't know if you knew this. Breaking news: Lola Vice is in fact a Latina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she'll let you know, but she made you know this week too. Meanwhile, you got Booker T over there gooning the gooningest over the gooniest wrestler he could goon over. Lola Vice completely like having an oral AURAL orgasm while she's doing literally anything. The man was like, I couldn't tell if he was having a stroke or jerking off while he was talking about her, because my God, no, because it's like they've told him now, they've produced him to find one woman on the damn roster at a time that he can lose his shit over, that he can just absolutely just like, I love her. They got him doing that for one woman, and now it was Stephanie Vaquer, and now his Latina fetish is carried over to Lola Vice, because he doesn't do it for anybody else. He always does it for one, and it's always the next one up, and it's disgusting the way that it looks every time. It's fucking gross. Sean's saying the blindfold match is on the CW YouTube. So CW pulled it and said, "This is we're gonna get the views on this shit, not you. Part of our deal." It's on camera sexual harassment. I agree. But I mean, then again, knowing who Lola Vice is dating, I'm sure it's fine. Ugh. Oh yeah, man.
That's all he says.
And that
what
is just
the
like,
hell?
What the hell? Stu did. It's like he's 2 steps from saying, "Oh, I'm gonna." It's like, it's disgusting, dude. He's awful. He's awful, man.
But I also think he's hilarious.
Oh, it's awful. He was going nuts on Ash by Elegance on Sunday, but she's not on the show weekly, so he doesn't have to go for it every week with her. Oh, it's gross. I hate it.
Okay.
You looking at the blindfold match?
No, I know. I've seen the blindfold match. I don't need to see it again. I'm just saying. Okay. I don't have anything to add to the
calling him Booker
T Gooner discussion.
Booker Skeets. Someone in the chat has named him. Oh God. Yeah, Vic Joseph is like, why am I still here? But apparently Vic Joseph is like the best announcer in WWE in the last 2 years. So who am I? Moon over my moonsault, he says. Oh, what's next? Talk about bitter old men talking about wrestling. Did you guys talk about the Jake Hager interview?
No, we didn't talk about that yesterday. I listened to another Jake Hager interview this morning, which is...
I am so sorry. You think the man has so much time to put together a fleet full of trucks to go out of a part of the country that no one wants to send trucks out of, but sure, he's got time to talk about this shit. By the way, don't ask me why. I'm not trucker adjacent. I don't know why I know this, but for some reason, people who do trucking in Florida, like, there's nothing importing out of Florida. So I don't know what they're doing for this Jake Hager's trucking business. Maybe it's drugs. I don't know. Allegedly. Wow. Nothing I said is illegal here. So he's got a trucking business. Good for Jake.
It's very funny listening to him talk about Tony Khan and booking, and how Tony just doesn't have ideas, and whatever. And then in the end, he's like, so my truck business is struggling. And I'm just like, okay. You're not putting like 2 and 2 together here that like maybe it's a little difficult to get a startup going in this way. I'm sure his argument is, well, he's not a startup. He's got millions. He's got his dad's money and blah, blah, blah.
The bucket. Everything's dropping the bucket.
Yeah. But it's like, all right. You're not putting this together here, are you, Jake? You're struggling with your truck business? Look, best wishes. I hope the truck business goes well for him. He seems happy-ish in his post-wrestling life. But it's just very funny to listen to him bury a man for ideas and not having ideas and how difficult it is to run a business while then saying, hey, it's difficult to run a business.
Just that and his whole like, he doesn't show me respect. I've been in this business for 15 years. Buddy, the guy who was your biggest proponent, two of them worked for the company. One's still there. The other one we don't know. I'm talking about Jericho and Jim Ross. You don't think JR could stick up for you if he wanted to? JR gets as much of Tony's ear as I think there's a level of respect there. Yeah, I mean, things have changed. I understand that. But I think if JR went and said, at the time, I'm talking years ago when the 18-month contract thing came up, I think if Jim had said, a little bit more would go a long way, maybe Tony would have listened. But regardless, JR doesn't care. That should probably tell you something. When your ride or die is the guy who's currently not on TV and hasn't been in months, you're starting to see it.
Okay, this was Hager left in May 2024. So you had to think of where things were then. Was JR was having like a lot of his health stuff around that time, wasn't he? Like, I don't think JR was worried about like, hey boss, why isn't Jake Hager getting on television more?
Someone will make a phone call to Jim if he's really worried about it. 2024, he had surgery in 2020 in February, returned in March for Sting's retirement match. He did interviews in August 2024. He did the Danielson and Strickland interviews ahead of All In.
Okay.
And then he had broken his wrist, but was still going to go to All In. So this was May 24. So basically,
which is when Hager left.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you're talking May 24 is when Hager left, but he was still around. He wasn't around as much, but he was still around.
Again, I'm sure he was still around. I'm sure Tony listens to him and everything, but I just don't know how much that Jim Ross was really going to go to bat for anything. I mean, look, he was given 18 months. That's the thing. It's just not like he was offered no new deal. He was offered 18 months. He's the one who decided, yeah, wait, I'm only getting 18 months. Like, that seems disrespectful for somebody who was in the major angle of your first show and somebody who's over with the hat and who's been on television and stuff. So it's not like it was just, hey, never mind, we got no use for Jake Hager. It was, we see you as an 18-month guy right now. And then who knows what would have happened after that 18 months. But I think that, I'm not putting any of this on like Jim Ross or Chris Jericho and being like, they could have gone to bat. They could have done more. Tony tried to give him 18 months. This was, Hager didn't want to be there. It was very clear.
Oh, we know
he
Hager
didn't want to be there.
My point was that if he's so concerned about being a 20-year vet, then he should look at other 20-year vets and what other 20-year vets can get, given the amount of success that they've seen in the business.
Okay, but he could have gotten another 18 months.
Yes, I know, and in his mind, 18 months wasn't enough. My point was he needs to show that introspection clearly he doesn't have that, to understand what you get to receive 18 months versus 5 years or 3 years. And he wasn't there. He had a hat that got over and he wanted to ride the hat. Meanwhile, the hat was over. He was not. I had to sit through an MMA cage match because of his ass. Okay, that alone should have negated his entire run in AEW, where he's sitting there being like, "I did 2 stadium stampedes." It's like, Mazel tov, you and 9 other guys, and then whoever else was called in for these for bits and moments. Conan could have gotten a gig out of this, if is what we're trying to get to here, because he was in that match too. So, what do we care? What do we really care? It's very interesting that this guy seems to have this bloated opinion of himself, and he always has.
Yeah,
but it's just when it comes out in this, every time he opens his mouth, it's just bitter old ass. It's awful. Well, and I don't, by the way, Ken in the chat, I don't think Ken is I don't think that's a concern troll take to have. He says, Jake was talking a lot about booze on the interview, and then talking about having a scotch before talking to Chris, and he does seem to enjoy his libations. He's talked about it on Jericho's podcast too. Like, they've talked about drinking and enjoying their time. And yeah, the hope that he's okay and that this isn't something that gets in the way of his work and his life is also a reality. But for him to come in and just shout out whatever grievances he has with wrestling and with Tony Khan specifically is it's far-fetched. It's obnoxious. Yeah. I'd take 18 months. You can turn 18 months into 3 more years if you just do a good job. That's the other side of it too. But obviously, like you said, he didn't want to be there.
Yeah. I don't care what Jake Hager has to say. I don't know. Like, who really cares what Jake? He hasn't been there in 18 months. So why are we? I know it hasn't quite been that long, but he hasn't been on television since February 2024. I don't know if he was showing up to the shows or anything during that time between February and May. I would imagine he probably wasn't.
The way Tax and Cash seemed to imply was that he was not. So
yeah, so I don't care about his opinion of AEW in August 2025 when he has not been around since February 2024. He had his experience there. It didn't seem like it went well for him, despite the fact that he was featured on television. He got used in certain spots, and then he wasn't used in certain spots. Okay, that's that. He's not there anymore. In the storyline criticism of Tony is so just... It's the only thing people can say nowadays who clearly just aren't paying attention to what is happening, because they are holding on to the 2023 idea of AEW and what it was. It's like, oh, there's no stories here. It's like, yeah, that ship has kind of sailed on there's the no stories in AEW. And his experience wasn't good. He's entitled to his opinion of, or his experience. Whatever he has to say, cool. I don't care what he has to say.
Excited for him to be on the MVP podcast next.
I don't know if he will.
I don't think he's going to be there. No. Cena saying, remember when Jake Hager won Money in the Bank? Do I ever, baby? Jim Ross was real big on that too. John Cena, not so much. According to Jake.
Cena rules, because I said this before. Cena's like, yeah, I play them as they deal them to me. But if I gotta count some cards here, if I gotta call out your hand, I will do that. I'll play the cards that I'm dealt. But if I'm asking for another card and I want a 2, you better give me the 2 and not anything else. Love Cena. He won't pick his opponents, but he'll tell you if he's beaten his opponents.
Cena is going to be a case study for years and years when he's finally done. I'm telling you, there's so many things that he did right, and there's so many things that he did to boost just WWE's profile at a time when they needed it. But there's an argument to be made about his selfishness and the way he's done things, even in this run. It's been something to watch.
I mean, has he been selfish in this run? I don't think he's been selfish enough in this run.
I would argue that when he dropped the title to Cody, he kind of buried Cody winning. And because that was because of the Brock stuff, but also because the next night or I guess it was the Friday, he comes out, he does the promo where he doesn't even mention the fact that he got beat by Cody. He doesn't even mention that he dropped the title. He no sells it almost. And he turns it into the Brock, Brock came out fest. And on top of that, Cody, they do the spot at the end of SummerSlam where Cody is being, whispered sweet nothings by John Cena, as if Cena's like imparting this wisdom. Look, they're like a few years apart, and Cody's been on top of WWE for much, for much of the time he's been there. So it's not like John's doing anything. There's no passing of the torch. He already passed the torch. He did it years ago before he announced the retirement, where he came out and lifted his arm on Raw and like gave him the endorsement publicly. He didn't do anything differently this time. And since then, like, Cena has not shown any care about wanting a world title. He broke the record and that's it. He doesn't care about anything other than the opponent that he's being put up against. He doesn't have any seeming desire to want to recapture something that he won. He's just there. He's just there, and he doesn't care that, that he lost the world title. He's going to go after Brock, the Brock title.
I think they are trying to Men in Black erase that whole reign, including him losing the title. I think they just want you to forget about the whole title reign. Even though we flipped back to babyface before that match, they just don't even want a recollection of this title reign, because nobody's mentioned it. Nobody's being like, oh, the 17 time and he's broke the record.
Every entrance he's got to do the thing. They still have the guy doing the long ass entrance.
Yeah, that kind of rules.
Don't tell me they're retconning the whole thing. They're still doing that stupid.
Cena certainly is. Cena's just completely.
Yeah, Cena's done it, but it's. Just laugh. They retconned a lot of it, and I don't think they're happy with it. But I also think that they know that they can't completely ignore the fact that he broke the record. How he did it was obviously shite, and now they have to figure out a way to make it important without making it like a thing you remember. He broke the record, but just don't think about how he did it.
Yeah, Travis Scott helped.
Fiend.
That still kind of rules.
Awful. Yeah, it's disjointed and it's not good. And again, I think Cena has just not. The story is Cena and Cena alone, which I guess this year makes sense. But just coming out of SummerSlam, that left a weird taste in my mouth, where the title doesn't matter. They went back to not caring about the world title, and suddenly it was Cena's retirement and Cena and Brock. That's your selling point. Cody doing literally anything has meant nothing. He's suddenly become.
Cody's been out.
Well, I get that, but like the Cody and Drew stuff, they haven't done anything to make it a thing. They put it on the back burner until WrestlePalooza.
That's not Cena's fault.
Well, could be Cena's fault.
Oh, it's not Cena's fault that they're
trying to say we've seen enough, Jeremy.
Let's take Cody off television for a couple of weeks, and then here's Drew and Randy again. That's Cena's fault. I agree with you that he could have mentioned it.
Top.
What?
Let the man get his giant flat top and film a movie, damn it.
I agree with you that Cena probably should have mentioned, I gave my best, but Cody was the better man. I don't think he cares that much about losing the title. He's never cared about just like losing the title.
No, he hasn't. But this is one time where he probably could try to give a shit about it.
Again, the run was so bad that I don't like. This is the one time where I'm actually forgiving him for being like, hey, you know what? I lost. Shit. It sucked. Sorry about that, guys.
Wasn't this like his longest WWE championship reign ever, though?
I don't know about ever. But
it's one of the longer ones, which is hilarious at 5 months, or 3 months, I guess it would have been. Was it April, May, June, July? Yeah, 4.5, 5 months. Amazing. Bless John Cena. Or something. What else is that? Becky Lynch is in possible hot water. The Osbourne family. Well, Kelly's upset. Did you guys talk about this yesterday?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah. Poor Becky Lynch fan 1-1. Did they ever come out and say something?
Yeah, Becky Lynch fan 11 did say something. Actually.
Yeah, what'd they say?
Yeah, hold on. I'll find it.
Was it the F me meme? Because that's all I can think of.
Hold on. What's the actual? Isn't there like a period after?
Yeah, it's Becky
fan?
Lynch .fan 11, I think it was.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I'm gonna bring it up.
Are you positive? Okay. Well, none of these work. So
Oh, well then. You're doing this on Instagram, I assume?
yes.
Let me see. Here we go. Oh, the Becky Lynch fan. Okay, so I got a screen cap from the Becky Lynch fan. It was Becky Lynch .fan 11, and it was, I want to say to everyone that I am not Becky Lynch. I am only fan page. Kelly Osbourne mentioned me as a wrong person. Oops.
Yeah. That's what I thought the fan page said. It was just like, I'm not Becky Lynch. Kelly was so pissed that she just tagged a fan. Not even the number 1 fan, the number 11 fan.
That's true. Yeah. Do you think that this is it would be very funny if this was like one of those Becky Lynch accounts that pretends to be Becky Lynch and catfishes people into getting the money and stuff, and it's like, oh no, the tables have turned.
And Kelly's not actually calling out Becky Lynch. She was fine with the promo. She's calling out the disgusting behavior of this catfish fan.
Yep, that's exactly it. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind the comment.
She was burying Birmingham. Like, it
As
wasn't
one should.
shot
Birmingham
at
is-
Ozzy.
And like Birmingham is not a rich place. It's known for 2 things: steel and Black Sabbath. That's about it. Like, and being a poor city. Like, she was having fun, and I understand that the Osbournes they're in mourning. Maybe they didn't expect it. Ozzy's also, he's been involved with WWE for the last 30 years in some way, shape, or form. He was at WrestleMania. He's in the Hall of Fame, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think this was their way of doing something that includes him in the show, and she's a heel and blah, blah, blah. Could they have passed the line with Kelly or whoever they needed to be okay with it? Maybe they didn't have time. I don't know. I just found it very silly that she was like, that's disrespectful. Or maybe it's an angle. Maybe we're going to get Kelly Osbourne versus Becky Lynch at, I don't know, the UK show that they go to in December to counteract whatever AEW is doing that week.
I legitimately think that Kelly Osbourne kind of misinterpreted things. And she read all the stuff of the coverage of like, oh, Becky Lynch says mean things about Ozzy. And then that kind of clouded what the actual interpretation was, which is Birmingham sucks. That was the promo. She said the best thing to come out of here. Well, it's now dead. But she said Ozzy was the best thing to come out of here. He's like, if I lived in Birmingham, I would have moved too. Like, and also, if I lived in Birmingham, I would want to be dead as well. But it wasn't a shot at Ozzy.
Also, the irony is that he's buried in Birmingham, so there is that. Well, he's not buried. I think they burned him. Anyway, what's the word? Cremated. Thank you. I think I don't know for sure.
I don't know. So, it's Kelly Osbourne worked herself into a shoot, and maybe Becky Lynch is gonna have to apologize. We'll know, I guess, on Friday. I assume she's gonna be on Friday because the brand split doesn't matter. You're gonna come out and she's gonna be like, I said some terrible things on Monday. I would like to apologize to the legend Ozzy Osbourne. Birmingham still sucks.
She should just send them a damn cheese board and be done with it. That's all they need to do. They don't need to do public apology, nothing like that. Kelly was the only one who really was publicly upset about this. So, like, who could possibly care? Beyond
Kelly Osbourne cared.
Well, beyond Kelly. Send her, like I said, send her a cheese board, some nice French cheeses. What is it with WWE when they go to France, someone sticks their foot in their mouth? What is it with this company? They go abroad and all of a sudden everyone's just dumb. Anyway. Never mind. I was going to say something and I'm just not going to say it. Yeah, so that was the thing that happened. Kelly's going to show up on SmackDown and demand her pound of flesh. That's going to be a hell of a match. Kelly and Becky. She's going to be in Nikki Bella's corner.
Oh, that'd actually be good.
They're going to call her Kelly Bella for a night.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that's the one. And she's going to turn on Nikki and join Becky and be like, yeah, this city sucks. I'm glad I live in LA. It's gonna be great. She's not wrong, folks.
Yeah, if you like Birmingham so much, you go live there.
Exactly. What are you gonna do? Move back there? Get out of here. You live in LA. You've been living in LA. What are you talking about? It's great. Oh my goodness. You know who's to blame for all this? It's Alistair McGeorge. He had to write an article about it. So it's our pal Alistair.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I saw when someone posted like the collage of different people who wrote articles. I was like, I wonder if any of our pals are in there. And I saw Metro, Alistair. I'm like, gosh, darn it.
Love Alistair. He's great.
Give her a Greg's gift card. Here, have some sausage rolls. I don't care. That'd be the best. All right. What else is what's left on the docket? We have a Dynamite preview to do. I know other people are going to talk about it, but the Vince McMahon's 80th birthday party.
Who cares? He had a birthday party. He's 80.
He had a birthday party. A bunch of people showed up, and people are talking about it. It's a photo that's going around. You got Drew McIntyre. You got Sheamus. You got Jerry Lawler. It's coming from his account that he has since pulled down the photo.
Yeah, he deleted it.
Titus O'Neil, and then Miz and Maurice are there. So there you go.
None of this should shock anybody. I mean, you hear what people say publicly about Vince. It's not going to be surprising to anybody that privately they would want to celebrate the man's 80th birthday.
Yep. That's all I got. I just know it was there, and I know that people are always like, what do you think about this? So I put it on the list. It was a thing that happened, and I'm sure other people... I know Sean's working on a story to put on Select later, so keep your eyes there if you want more about it.
Lawsuit is still active, folks.
Lawsuit is still active. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The AW IATSE stuff. Have you been following this?
IATSE?
IATSE. So IATSE is... I have to pull up what they stand for. The International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees.
Oh, I saw it. Was this real?
Yes. So IATSE, from their account, IATSE, they posted this on the 26th, so yesterday, and they put out this week, IATSE Local 8 members are out in force to inform the public that all elite wrestling events in Philadelphia are failing to meet area standards by paying substandard wages and benefits. When employees undercut these standards, it threatens wages, benefits, and job opportunities for all entertainment workers in the community. We stand in solidarity with our local 8 kin as they hold employers accountable and fight to protect the fair standards that entertainment workers deserve. Effectively, the idea is they are not using the IATSE the people who are affiliated with IATSE, who have a certain standard and expectations of putting together these shows, or at least being a part of the shows, whether that's building sets or working with pyro, which they don't have, but working with the venues to do setup and teardowns, things like that. And AEW is instead using their own crew, which IATSE is not a big fan of. It's a cost-cutting measure. Again, go back to Madison Square Garden, and why people don't really run there anymore is because you go to MSG, you have to use MSG staff. You have to pay the union wages as well. IATSE is a union. You're expected to pay the union wages. They're not doing that as AEW in this case, going to 2300 Arena, and instead they're getting upset because they're bringing in effectively, I guess you can call them, I don't know if they're scabs, but they're just not using IATSE people. And that's kind of what the story has been. And I'm sure not many people are going to comment on it from the AEW side. I would love if Tony does anything public to be asked about it and to be held accountable for it and at least have an explanation as to what's going on. But I don't know how far this conversation will go beyond what we're seeing on the internet.
He should just re-roll. You should put it in the chants section and just re-roll.
I get what you're trying to do. Is it you want a 20-side die while you're at it?
They don't use 20-side die.
No, but now I'm just going to switch it to a Dungeons and Dragons ass conversation.
Oh, I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons.
They're not union. They sometimes they will incorporate crew from IATSE depending on where they're going. So they have
can't
people
take it serious when it's called IATSE.
It's IATSE.
They need a new name.
No, IATSE's been around forever.
So is Yahtzee.
Stop it. The International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees.
Yahtzee.
The union. They also have a Canadian account, IATSE Canada. I did know about this. I just didn't know they had a Canadian one. How many people are following the IATSE account? Or they have 65,000 followers on the American account. 2300 is a non-union building. So that's also worth noting. They don't necessarily have to use IATSE. IATSE.
Yahtzee.
You son of a bitch.
If I was AEW, this is how petty I am. I'd have Tony D'Angelo on the show playing Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. Everyone's gonna they're gonna bring back Orange Cassidy. By the way, Fightful Select reporting he's close to a return. Or they're gonna bring back Orange Cassidy and he's gonna play Yahtzee with whomever.
I would love Orange Cassidy to return. He rules. So this would be fantastic.
It's him. It's going to be someone playing Yahtzee, and you don't see who they're playing against until they pull back, and the winner is Orange Cassidy.
We need in the Falls Count Anywhere match tonight. We need Darby. We need dice. Somebody getting slammed on the dice. You know.
That sounds like a Young Bucks problem.
No, that's too hard on them. They like their treats. But we need Darby with the barrel. He smashes the barrel over Claudio's head, and then he slams them onto the dice. And then the whole crowd just screams Yahtzee. They get it. They're all in on it. You know? I hope this works out for Yahtzee. Whatever this is.
We'll see what it is. I don't know what it's going to be, but
I don't know if
IATSE is
like
putting
anything.
themselves out there. It could just be that IATSE saw. Listen, not all unions are great. I understand that. Hold on.
Go.
I'm not going to union bust either. I think that unions are very much needed, and I think that being paid fairly is absolutely important and a necessity. I also believe that some people who head unions are doing it as an ego play. So it's very possible that someone's just like, no, we should be in this building that is non-union, and we should be in here working, and we're taking it down on AEW, when really, like Bob is saying, the beef is with 2300 Arena and their ownership, because no, they don't have a deal, IATSE, with 2300.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you're going to say, let's union bust? Let's go. Come on.
No. I'm not going to say, let's union bust. I just... What is this rat that they have? Is that their...
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at their the IATSE.
Oh yeah, because like it's like scabs but rats.
Oh.
They're saying AEW does not pay area standard wages and benefits. Good promotion for the event though. I mean, they got all the dates there and all the signs and
yeah.
They're really pumping up the show. Hold on,
maybe they're just big Florida Panthers fans. They're gonna the rats in the middle of on there.
This is
Scabby the rat.
Scabby the rat. This is the image on the Yahtzee.
All right, yeah.
Just so people know.
Let's get in contact with the Yahtzee and ask them if Chris Legentil told them to tweet this.
I mean, you can probably. Oh, they don't have their things open. I'm sure you can get a Yahtzee. You can send them a DM somewhere.
Did a Legentil at WWE ask you to tweet this?
Could you imagine? Wait, Scabby the Rat is the name of the mascot? Graves would know, actually.
I assume Graves was correct. Graves doesn't put out misinformation on this show. Not like us.
Scabby the Rat is an American labor icon. It's an inflatable rat. My God, it's scary as hell. The history of Scabby the Rat from NPR. Huh. This is why you need to support NPR, by the way. You will get all of this information.
This doesn't seem like this is any type of an issue for AEW. It feels like an arena issue.
Yes. I mean, it feels like the problem is with 2300.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to boycott the show because it's running 2300, then all right. That's your prerogative, I guess, but aim your vitriol at the correct target.
maybe
It's gonna be very funny. It's gonna be very funny when they're outside protesting, and they love doing the outside shot on these venues with Moxley, and Moxley just walks right through all of them. Like,
walks past the damn giant rat.
I gotta go beat up Daniel Garcia. Get the fuck out of here.
I gotta beat up this rat. What do you guys?
They ain't fucking with Marina, by the way. Marina's scare them all off.
Marina's gonna show up and beat up the rat herself. I'm telling you, they're gonna have someone dress up in a rat costume for one of the Young Bucks are gonna be like, "We got new gear for you," and it's gonna be the Bucks showing up as rats.
That would actually be amazing.
The Bucks are just the punching bag for this company now. It's fantastic on TV, of course.
Yeah, that would actually be amazing if they're like, we got new gear. It's like this special order gear, but like they have to wear it because they have no other gear. Oh, it's like they didn't bring their other gear. It's like we special ordered it. It got here in time. We're so excited to put it, and then that's what shows up. And it's like, well, what else are we gonna wear? We didn't bring our other gear. We thought we were gonna have our new gear. So they come out and just Scabby the Rat gear.
Scabby and Rabby.
Oh, apparently, like it's already outside. I see Will Mahoney tweeting, Scabby the Rat has arrived at the ECW arena. This was 13 minutes ago.
Amazing. Oh yeah, I see this at Scabby the Rat. Oh my god. That's scary. All right, I'm just gonna read.
That's a big ass rat.
I knew it was a big ass rat, but my god, that's a scary ass rat. Brother, that rat that's a working rat right there. Let's get this photo up for everyone to see the young scabs. That's very funny. Oh man. All right, where is this more? I gotta add these stupid things as they come in. We need a producer on this damn show. There's Scabby the Rat. Outside. There's a public storage across the street. That's where they should be wrestling, in the public storage. It's bigger than the 2300 arena. Wild. There you go.
If Moxley just crosses just to walk in, that'd be the funniest fucking thing ever.
I'm telling you, man, Scabby's gonna be the star of the show for the next.
Is Scabby okay?
No, Scabby's got scabies.
Like, is Scabby all right? Has he been checked? Has he been taken to the vet?
I think that's the point.
Oh.
It's a rabid one. It should be Mox like walking around and he sees the rat and he just looks up at it and the camera follows the shot and they just that's good. And then he just walks through. It's like a cheap ass company. He throws dollar bills at Scabby the Rats. Like, yeah, you know, and that's it.
Did WWE? Yeah, when they were at 2300 last year, did they use union workers?
That's actually a very good question to ask. It's very possible they didn't. It's a very good question.
You know, just trying to get answers out here, folks.
You want to investigate? Should we have IATSE? Should we? We can't DM them. That's the problem.
Yeah, we can't DM them.
Maybe on the other site. Maybe on Instagram.
I'll just tweet. Did WWE use, was it union workers, right?
Yeah, union workers.
Okay, union workers when they ran 2300 last year. All right, we'll see if we get an answer. Probably not. But
are there no comments on this, or do they turn off comments?
No, the IATSE post. There's
on Instagram.
Oh, on Instagram.
On Instagram.
I'm not on.
It says 33 comments. They're just not populating at least on this on desktop. These apps are all cooked.
Facebook page has a message. All right, okay, let's go to the Facebook. Well, I'll quote tweet it. Interest.
Yeah, you can message them on Instagram too.
They're not gonna reply to me on Instagram.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
I'll message on Instagram. What's their Instagram?
At IATSE.
That's for the board game.
I hate you. Facebook.com/IATSE local 8.
Okay. I got comments on when I pull up on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is sorry, the Facebook is there, but okay. The comments weren't showing up on my Instagram.
All right, I'm messaging on Instagram. Hello. I see you. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm doing important investigative journalism here.
there's a whole post over on their local 8 website about how it breaks down and what they should be paid. Brandon Thurston just put up the post as well from the Facebook page.
Okay.
They've also posted videos outside the venue asking using AW's business talking points against them. Okay. Yeah, it's curious.
Like your protest against AEW at 2300. I was wondering if WWE used union workers when they ran 2300 in November or October? October?
I gotta look that up. NXT.
Pretty sure it was October because it was Title Tuesday. It was up against Title Tuesday.
Was it? November 6th, 2024.
Okay, I was wrong. November. In November 2024. Thanks. All right. We're trying to get real answers here, folks.
Yes. At the corner of Swanson and Rittner.
They were active 1 hour ago on Instagram, so.
Yeah, they're probably dealing with stuff. Since when are businesses permitted to restrict people from parking in their own neighborhoods? I thought you needed a permit. This is the satellite trucks are what they have photos of, and they've set up a bunch of. They're going hard on this. This is from their Facebook page. You can go and take.
I'm looking at their Facebook. I'm looking at what Thurston.
Yeah.
Posted.
That man is very tall in the video.
The rat? Oh.
No, the rat too, but there's a guy there who's either the woman he's talking to is very short or he is very tall. Stuff can be two things. And Sean in the chat has mentioned, I wonder if IATSE's more annoyed because it's a residency and not a one-off event. That is a very good point because like they're gonna be there for 3 weeks under the banner. Yeah, no, this guy's just tall. Talking to another guy who's more average height. Sorry, this is what I'm fixated on now. Dude's just tall. Yeah, they're out there. They're just trying to get people to get them paid.
I'm not going to pretend like I know about all the union standards in Philadelphia. And
so Bix just responded to one of the older posts on Facebook saying, doesn't AEW use a traveling crew of IATSE members from a different local chapter? And then in parentheses, he puts in, I believe, the Jacksonville chapter. What is the problem here? I mean, realistically, the problem is that they're not using local. They're using...
Yeah.
Yeah,
that seems to be the problem.
The Florida or Jacksonville IATSE chapter.
Yeah. All right, like.
So the story might be they're using union members. They're just not using Philly local 8 union members, and that upsets them. Which, like, I understand from a certain point of view, it should be your local, your local workers because they're supposed to know the building in and out and therefore understand it faster and better. I'm not saying that this is the right answer. I'm saying that I understand why they feel this way. I'm not saying that they're right or wrong. I'm just saying I understand. I'm not RVD over here trying to defend someone committing assault and attempted murder.
Look, I think maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but if this is just a gripe over use the local workers, when I think AEW would just be more comfortable using the people that they already just employ and have. I understand, maybe they don't know the building as well, but that's why they probably go there a little early, set up, scout, whatever you might do. But when you're a company like this that travels around as much as they do, you're probably just more comfortable with the people you know. So I don't love I don't know. They're doing what they're doing, but I don't love that people are trying to, but it's the usual suspects of trying to make this into a much bigger thing than it probably is. And obviously a lot of them who are commenting are just like, AEW bad, this can't be good for the company. It's like, well,
yeah,
I don't know if it's not gonna end the company. or anything. It just seems like there's a little bit of a, maybe not misunderstanding, but there's a little bit of a, we have our guys, that's who we want to use, that's who we're comfortable with. Sorry that doesn't quite align with you. Maybe we can make this right in some way, but this is what we've always done.
This is kind of
maybe
what
it is a residency thing. I don't know.
This is kind of what I was talking about when I was talking about unions, and like some people get greedy in a union setting. This is, and again, this is not a shot at unions existing. They should exist. Using local unions is something that's important for the vast majority of projects. But if you have people under the same union, but under a different chapter, it should be okay. It's similar to I was a part of a musicians union. Why was I part of the musicians union? So that I could get a P level visa so that I could perform in the United States, for example. That was the only way that I could get one, is get a performer's visa only if I was part of a union. Didn't matter which union I was a part of. By the way, the reason why I was a part of a different union than the Toronto chapter was because my union dues were much cheaper in other parts of the country. So take that into account. I'm not saying this is the problem here, but they happen to be a Florida-based company as AEW, so it's a little different. Either way, I think it's more they're upset that they're not using local union and they're using their people from outside of Philadelphia, outside of local 8. I understand the frustration, but I don't think that they need to be hitting this as hard as if AEW is committing a crime or are employing scabs specifically. They're not. They seem to be using their people from a different part of the world or a different part of the country who are still under the same union, and union brotherhood or sisterhood is supposed to be a thing that I have been told unions are fans of. So we'll see where they land. There could be a happy medium, or they could just say, no, FO, we're doing things right and there's nothing wrong or illegal or union busting about the way we're operating. It could very well be that they're doing this as a residency, so they're seeing the money not being given back to the local people in IATSE, and that's the problem. So we don't know, but we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. And we'll see if AEW comments, AEW mentions anything. We'll see if IATSE tries to re-roll.
Son of a bitch. AEW Dynamite tonight.
Hold on. You kind of brought it up.
Oh, yes. Okay, we can, yes.
I think it's in the description as well.
Yeah, there has been an update in the SykoStu and Raja Jackson situation. Yeah. I had to remember his last name because Raja is, yeah. Anyway, where do you want to start in this? Because,
well, first off, there's a legit GoFundMe that has been launched.
Yes,
so, on Monday we didn't have a legit one, at least during our show. By the time the show was over, there was a legit one. So there is a legit GoFundMe. I don't know. Last I checked, it was at like 60,000. Oh, it's at 140.
Yeah, I was going to say, I checked last night and it was at 89, and clearly it's gone up much more.
The original goal was like 50, and now the goal is 200.
Now they're, they can boost the goals based on the amount at which people are donating. So 148,432 is the current number that they're sitting at. It's crazy. Yes.
All right. So I know some people have pointed out some of the top donors for this. Mr. Beast gave like 10,000. Chris Jericho gave some.
Nick Nemeth. I see Fergal.
Finn Balor.
Yeah, Finn.
Do you see?
Yes. Just above one Stephon Strickland.
Folks. Jack Perry has donated.
Yeah.
Jack Perry, one of the top donors. Good guy, Jack Perry. SykoStu is a jack-off. And that means we must support him even more because he is a jack-off.
Seems a little counterproductive to what we're doing, but okay.
Oh, we support SykoStu. What do you mean?
Well, we do, but I would just the jack-off part kind of makes it a little counterproductive to what we're trying to accomplish, which is getting people to consider donating or at least supporting this GoFundMe. I feel like jacking off is a better feeling than... Anyway, not important. Jack Perry.
If you want to feel like you just jacked off, support SykoStu and donate.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to leave that one. We're just going to leave that one away or something. I don't think Bucks County...
If you want the euphoria of ejaculation, donate to SykoStu.
Your refractory period will thank you.
Come on. I feel like these are
Stop.
great taglines
Oh,
here.
Jesus Christ. All right. Where did you guys leave off yesterday?
We didn't really talk about it yesterday, honestly, because there wasn't. I mean, there was some new information, but
Well, the Epic had
since then-
spoken at one point, right? Had the Epic spoken Monday night?
the Epic?
The guy who was who
Doug.
pulled off. Yeah, Doug. Sorry,
Doug. Okay,
his
sorry.
working name was the Epic.
Yeah, he'd spoken Monday, and I covered that Tuesday morning, but we didn't really go into it yesterday. Yeah, so I've covered just about everything from this story, and honestly, I'm very. It's an exhausting story to cover, but because people just keep saying stuff, and some of it is not very good. But yeah, Doug talked, and another person. He wasn't named in the video, but he's a boxer who previously trained at Knox Pro. He's the guy who said that Knox Pro is telling people to not cooperate with the police, and then they had text messages saying like, "Hey, don't say anything. It could be used against you. Whatever it might be." With the text messages, the text messages were there. I will say when it comes to the text messages, so let me read it because I want to make sure again all my information is correct here, and I don't want to say something dumb like I do on every show anyway. But
Could be
certainly,
worse.
Yeah.
Rather you be dumb and get it right.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. If our website would, actually cooperate for once.
Do we get it? Is the website working?
No, it's taken forever.
God forbid.
Okay. All right. Excuse me. Apology. I should have muted myself. My voice is. I didn't drink any water during this show. That's not helping.
Not great. You should probably do that.
Yeah. Usually. Okay. So, this person, again, unidentified in the podcast, saying the most disgusting thing is that people at this school are being encouraged to not cooperate with the police. From what I hear, the police were there investigating the scene shortly after Stu was removed, and there have been multiple requests that have gone downstream from upper management to not talk with the police directly if they are contacted, and to only let a certain group of individuals interact with the police. That is extremely dishonest. Then they posted the text messages that were seemingly sent to a group chat. One, Kevin Thomas wrote, "Please refrain from engaging in comment sections on social media posts about this tragedy. It will be weaponized in potential criminal and civil cases. Fly low. If law enforcement or an attorney for the suspect contacts you in any capacity, let someone here know right away for guidance on how to address them." And then another message came from a man named Miguel who said, "No one needs to discuss anything. I'll shut this feed down." So certainly hinting that, hey, don't really talk to the police, but not an outright thing. Because the closest is if you're contacted, message us and we will give you guidance on how to address them, which isn't great. Like, you don't want to, you don't want that of like, well, hold on, let me message my bosses first, because that doesn't look good, because then it does feel like the bosses are going to tell you to say one thing and maybe that's not the truth. Like, you need to tell your story to the police. So not great. And with the way that all of that is framed. The other message of, "I'll shut this feed down," that seemed like just shutting down the group chat. Like, no one needs to be discussing stuff in the group chat. Maybe I don't know the context of the message.
Yeah, it becomes speculative at that point.
Yeah, they just show the message in the group chat, so I don't really know. Then AJ Mana did a very long hour-long podcast, and he said a lot. AJ Mana, for those that again don't know, he is the guy who is seen telling Raja, "Go get your receipt." Like, he says, I'll get the exact wording. "I don't want to be unfair to anybody in this story because there's enough of that going around, and we don't need to perpetuate more of that." So AJ Mana does say, telling him to give him his receipt. You know what a receipt is. He says, tag his shit. That's what he says. And he said, if anybody has a problem with that, I'll run out to the ring. So a lot of people, including Doug, who was the other person in the video, and who's the person who pulled Raja off. They kind of blamed AJ for not kind of, like, he did blame AJ for, saying like, go get your receipt and everything. And then a lot of wrestlers, because AJ released a statement saying like, I was in character when I said that. And as a lot of wrestlers pointed out, like, what kind of character is like, go get your receipt? Like, who in character is saying, like, receipt is not a term used on television for the most part. I feel like there probably has been some instances where it's been brought up in a promo or something like that, but you don't speak about something like that on television as a character.
Also, to say I'm in character while you're in the back with your coworkers putting on a show that everyone knows is not real, it's a show, to then say I'm in character 24/7, you're not working the boys. So what excuse is it that you're doing this in kayfabe, but that you're doing this in character? And it's not like you're immersed in you don't have to get immersed into a character before you go out there. It's a really poorly given reason for what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's a cover, as someone in the chat mentions. It's
well, it seems like there's a few covers here. So AJ again did this very long stream and said a lot of things. A couple of bigger points that I will try to touch on. The first one is, this whole thing kind of started because Raja's in the back and SykoStu smashes the beer can over him, and he's like, oh, you're not going to sell for me, and Raja clearly has no idea what's going on, and then they got to be kind of separated. Then there's another video they're showing, like, they make up the promoter is like, oh, we're always working, sorry, seems like things were fine, and they just decided to turn that into a storyline. Maybe it was always going to be a storyline. That depends on who you want to believe. AJ, the way he tells it, Raja was a guest of his, and some people knew who he was, some people doesn't. He kind of puts blame on. So again, I will say word for word what AJ said, so I'm not
misrepresenting.
Yeah, misrepresenting anything. So he says, talking about getting Raja a VIP list, and he says there was a meeting with me, Raja, and his pops, being Rampage Jackson, about beginning a collaboration with Kick Livestream. They have millions of followers. Rampage wanted to help AJ like get his name out there and get Nox Pro out there, and he says Raja was there on business. Y'all saying that the whole thing was a work and part of a storyline that went wrong. That's bullshit. He says he was not there. He was there for business, not to do business on the show, but to promote the show, promote me, promote himself. It was a cross collaboration agreement. And then he talks about introducing Raja to the talent in the back. And then some people knew, and Raja knew some of the people as well, because apparently he's been following AJ's career. Then he says, then up walks someone. Don't worry about them. Do you know who I am? That's speaking as Stu. Speaking as Raja. No, I don't know who you are. Speaking as Stu. You should know. I'm such and such. Speaking as Raja. I don't know who the fuck that is. Pop. And then he imitates smashing the beer can, hitting the head. Need I say more? That wasn't a work. That wasn't a fucking storyline. That was a shoot. So he's putting some blame on Stu here, of saying that Stu just did that on his own and just did that on his own. I don't know. This is not made clear. We might not know until Stu speaks about the situation. I don't know if Stu was told, hey, go smash this beer can over his head. Let's do a storyline with Raja. I don't know if Stu acted of his own volition and just decided, let me smash this beer can on this kid's head because that seems like a cool thing to do. I do not know. Again, it is not made clear. The way AJ tells it, he is saying that Stu kind of acted on his own volition there. But he might not know if Stu was told, hey, go do this. AJ continues, promoter says, since this is already on camera, let's use it, make it part of the show. How are we going to do that? I'll give you a chance to roll in on his match, get your look back. I said receipt. I didn't say look back. And then he imitates what a receipt is and punches himself in the jaw. That's a receipt. That's all I told Raja to do. He gets very heated at this time. And he says, I didn't tell him to go beat that man one punch. He's basically saying that the promoter, he says this outright. He alludes to, I shouldn't say outright because I'm using word for word what he did say. He alluded to the promoters didn't want a lawsuit after Stu smashed the beer can on Raja. And because they didn't want a lawsuit, they decided, let's turn it into an angle. That's our alibi. We were just working an angle this whole time. That is what AJ believes. He said that he believes that they didn't want a lawsuit, so they needed an alibi. He alludes to this multiple times during this interview. So this is, again, what you want to believe from him. We don't know who was told what. Mark asking, was AJ even ringside when all was... No, he has said he wasn't out there and he didn't know. He found out when everybody else, and he said he talked to Raja like after, I think as Raja is leaving, they have the video of that. You kind of see AJ yelling at him there. But he says again more stuff. He says a lot, honestly. It's an hour long thing. I'm not going to be able to do it justice, and I always recommend at least read the article because I put a lot of work into it. If you do have an hour, listen to it, because I cannot capture his aggression with a lot of this, and in some ways understandable aggression, because he does not he's getting blamed for a lot, maybe rightfully so. He's getting blamed for a lot. And he's lost his job. He's not a Knox Pro anymore. And in his mind, he doesn't think he deserves this blame. So I think that's where a lot of the aggression is coming from. I'm not defending anything, by the way. I'm just trying to explain why I think this was the aggression. Xenart, no, that's not true. That was an old clip. I'm a little mad at Jimmy for even like signal boosting that, because Jimmy posted that clip and made it seem like it was a thing. Raja's not said anything about the incident. Rampage was on his kick last night, and he just said he does not condone his son's actions, and he hopes to one day meet with Stu and just apologize and shake his hand and everything, but he said he wasn't going to say anything further on it. Raja has said nothing from this. I saw that clip.
Yeah, just adding to the old clip, you and also Filthy Tom Lawler was very quick to point that out. And Jimmy did quote Filthy's reply, and should have probably taken down the other video. I'm not going to tell Jimmy what to do. But I agree with you. It was, once he found out, it should have been cut. It should have been taken down. But that's a different conversation.
Yeah, I agree, because you know how timelines work. I saw this in the evening. And I saw it was posted like 6 hours ago, so it was obviously still up. And I'm like, why is this still up? And so that's when I did my reply. I didn't even check like Tom Lawler's reply. I didn't even see that he had posted underneath that. But then I saw Jimmy's timeline, and shortly after, he did quote tweet Tom Lawler and say, oh, it seems to be an old clip. Like, all right, you should probably delete the clip though, because timelines are not in order. Stuff is going to show up when it shows up. And that obviously got more traction than the Tom Lawler quote tweet. So...
Yeah, especially on the app, man. The app is poor garbage. Anyway.
Yeah. So it should have been taken down, but that's not my call. As far as, again, AJ talking, he says about things. Someone pulled him aside, him being Raja. Some jabroni from the bullshit production team says to him, don't just throw one punch. Slam him and keep hitting him until we come in there and pull him off. Who the fuck set that up? Guess where I was? Nowhere in the building. I was getting ready for my match. and so he was not there on that, and he puts a lot of fault on the promoter. He said he was carrying out the order of the promoter with this. Another kind of big point on here. So they asked like if there was time to like train Raja to, you know, make it a work that they wanted to do. I'll read the quote and then I'll give a little bit more. I said there was no time to train him. He wasn't there to be part of the show. He got attacked. Talking about Raja. He got assaulted too. He got assaulted. They wanted to make it part of a storyline. There was no time to train him. This was a live show. One person assaults a guy. 2 hours later, another person assaults the same person. They assaulted each other. Yeah, he had permission from the promoter, not me. I'm not the promoter. So in this hour-long thing, he does speak about Stu. And you gotta really watch it, because this is just my side of things, how I interpreted things when it comes to this. He talks about Stu being his brother and everything. He says he's got like the same tattoo as Stu, like the Six Ranch. They apparently have like the same tattoo. He showed his tattoo. It's on his stomach. He said Stu has it on his arm. So he talks about he's very close with him off camera and everything, but their characters are not close. But the way he talks about it is a little, to me, off-putting. The way he kind of talks about Stu, because people are trying to like bring up Stu and bring up like there's this very weird point where one of the hosts is like giving an update on Stu and is saying like, yeah, he choked on his teeth, he choked on his blood, he was unconscious and all this stuff. And AJ gets very again defensive of like, this is my story. I'm just telling my story. And I'm like, all right, but you realize why you're telling your story. And especially at this point, like when they're trying to give an update on Stu, he just came across like he didn't have a whole lot of sympathy or empathy to the situation. And I don't feel that's actually true. I do think he does have sympathy to the situation. He says, you know, I don't have beef with Stu. That's my brother. He's another cowboy outside of wrestling. I'm closer to him than I am in wrestling. In wrestling, we're working characters. Outside of wrestling, we're living it up on the ranch. Stop trying to stir up bullshit. There was no beef between me and Stu. That's between me and him. He asked if like he's apologized to the family or anything. And then this is where, again, I'll read his words word for word. He says, I think some of them were at the hospital when I went. The only reason I didn't stay is because some of the other guys at Nox Pro were already placing the blame on me, and it was an uncomfortable situation. I have no problem apologizing, and I did. I did visit Stu. Y'all just don't know. No, I didn't visit Stu. That's a lie. I didn't visit Stu. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me in. They don't fuck with me because the world thinks I tried to unalive somebody. I did apologize for what happened. I was not admitting to anything. There was nothing I did wrong, but I apologize because it was a work that went totally off the rails. I'm just like, okay. All right. It was, honestly, at times it was kind of uncomfortable to watch this man.
Can imagine.
Talk about the situation and, again, the aggressiveness that he had, the yelling. And there were points where he recognized that he was being a little too vocal and yelling too much. I would imagine it's hard for him because I don't know the full situation. I don't know who knows the full situation. We're basing a lot of this off of clips and what we've seen. He talks about like, I have the original files. I have the full files. And I will use them if like there's a lawsuit and I need to counter sue. So we're basing a lot of this off of clips that we see. This man has lost his job. This man has, this man has lost his job. He's not on Nox Pro anymore. It seems like a very tough situation. He's being blamed for a lot, rightfully, wrongfully, not sure, but he's being blamed for a lot. So I can understand some of the aggressiveness that comes out, but also maybe just like don't go on a podcast in the setting of I'm going to defend myself and I'm going to yell at everything. Maybe, but he wants to try to clear his name. And that's what he attempted to do here. I don't know if it worked. I think anybody who watched it, maybe they came away with an opinion of, hey, this was fine. But maybe they came away with an opinion of, that makes things a little bit more suspicious. I don't know. Again, if you've watched it, then you can draw your own conclusions. I'm just telling you my conclusions from things and trying to give everybody as much of the story as we can, because it is a big story. It's one of the biggest stories, honestly. Like, there's a lot happening here.
So once again, AJ Mana wasn't there for the incident, right?
Yes. Yeah, he was not ringside for the incident. Yes.
Despite being the person who was trying to put this deal / he was basically the middleman trying to put this deal together, according to him, with the Jacksons and Nox Pro. He was trying to be the guy in the middle, right?
Yes. Yeah, he brought them in to live stream. According to him, there was never going to be any type of working, as far as working in the ring type of thing. It was just, hey, why don't you come here and do a kick stream, because you guys got a lot of followers. This will be good publicity for us. Like, you can react to the matches and be like, oh, this is so cool type of thing. And then things kind of took a turn when Stu smashed the beer can over Raja's head.
But there was still an agreement that Raja was going to get involved in the ring at some point during that show to get his receipt.
After the beer can incident, according to AJ, after the beer can incident, that's when the agreement came. And AJ is saying they basically did that because they didn't want Raja to sue them. And so they were like, oh, let's just turn it into an angle and make things good on that.
All this to say, if this guy was supposed to be the middleman and really effectively becomes the agent or the producer of this angle, where the hell was he when the angle happened? And for him to not be there that's egregious. That is a huge, huge problem for Nox Pro, who were supposedly allowing this to be part of their show and allowing AJ Mana to be the person who was effectively, I would say, agenting this, or at least putting it together, helping the two talents in this case. I use Raja as talent just for the conversation of getting in the ring and doing something. I'll use talent. These two people to do a spot in the ring that is supposed to go safely. And yes, if there's a potato involved, that's part of whatever they were trying to do. AJ should have been there is really what I'm getting at. And the fact that he wasn't there and that he's so okay with not being there seemingly is a huge, huge miss from this entire conversation. He should have been there to facilitate the situation and facilitate the angle and be the first one to be like, not part of the show, and get people going. But here we are.
Yeah, he said he was getting ready for his match. I do agree with you that if this is an angle and you're saying you're in character when you're telling Raja to go get a receipt, you should probably be out there, because doesn't that theoretically further the angle between whatever you're trying to accomplish here? Yeah, he should have been out there. He was not asked why he wasn't out there. I assume, I don't want to assume anything. I'm not going to assume anything. He wasn't out there. He's admitted he wasn't out there. He said he doesn't condone what Raja did. He didn't tell him to go as far as he did. He admitted he told him one punch, get your receipt. I'm with a lot of wrestlers where characters just don't talk like that. A character is not going to say, oh, go get your receipt. And this whole like, oh, it's an angle. We were filming this whole thing. Like, you're on just like a kick stream. You don't know who has seen what at this point. As far as, did people see the beer can smashing? It seemed like it was a senseless thing to even turn into an angle. it seemed like, AJ, his belief is that they wanted to do it because they thought that Raja might sue for getting a beer can smashed on his head after for no reason, which there's no evidence of that. That is just his claim that's why they wanted to turn it into an angle. It's very possible that it could have just Stu smashed the beer can, didn't realize they weren't working, apologized, like, hey, we cool, yeah, we're good, like, my fault, we move on. And that's that. You don't even need to turn that into an angle. You move on from that. They decided to turn it into an angle. Then you get into the receipt talk, and then you get into potentially someone telling him to go even further than that. You do hear in the video, by the way, Raja saying, I'm going to go until they pull me off. And that's what he does. But the problem is, even as he's trying to be pulled away, he keeps trying to go. And then Doug, who was the man who pulled him off, he tries to go at Doug. So that doesn't feel like, you're not a worker. So you're trying to legitimately attack this guy as well. And Doug said it like, if there weren't more people jumping in, he probably would have tried to kill me like he tried to kill Stu. And like, yeah, it seemed like he was going that far with everything. Should people have been there to pull him off sooner? Yeah, 100%. How many people actually knew he was going to jump in? Don't know.
This is the larger issue, which we talked about on Monday. The larger issue is that how many people knew and how many people were shell-shocked because of what they were seeing in front of them. Shell-shocked, probably not the word I'm supposed to use, but people who were just kind of in the moment, frozen, and fight or flight, they didn't know what to do. One person did, and that's the person that we're talking about. And it's more frustrating. Again, there was no one communicating what the spot was supposed to be, what the situation was, and where they could have hopped into to end it. And it went way too far. And as a result, we have what we're talking about now, which is this ongoing issue with Knox Pro, with Raja Jackson, with, again, someone in the hospital who's dealt with an immense trauma and will be out and dealing with a lot of recuperation time. Like, this shouldn't have been a thing. This should never have been a thing. One shot would have been okay, but it turned into a lot more.
I mean, he knocked him out on the slam.
Yeah, that alone was too much. Again, I'm not saying anyone should go back and watch the footage, but you clearly see it's done right off the hilt. It's too much. And here we
are. Finisher. Did Raja stick around because they already planned to be there? Did he stick around to do just what he did? Both, I guess. He stuck around because he was planned to be there. It seemed like, according to AJ, he was planned to be there to basically live stream the event and react and try to grow a bunch of brands at once. And then he stuck around because they wanted to turn the whole beer can incident into an angle. I think the questions I have coming out of everything I've listened to so far, I'm sure there'll be more. Was Stu told to smash the beer can on Raja, or was he acting in his own accord there? It does not dismiss what Raja did at all. But if he acted of his own accord, probably not great to do that when you don't know who that person is and you don't have that kind of relationship with them. You're just trying to work. And so you do that. I don't think that's good. Obviously, what happened afterward, that doesn't excuse any of that. Now, if he was told to do this, then that further goes on the promoter of, hey, go do this. We're going to work an angle and we'll clue him in. Clearly, Raja was not clued in that this was some type of a work situation until after the fact. Promoters have been reached out to. The promoters aren't saying anything. King Potate. Like, there's nothing on that. Yeah, they're radio silent, which
is not a surprise.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even Rampage, outside of just I don't condone what my son did, he wasn't gonna go any further. The people who are really speaking are AJ, because he's defensive about what his role is, and Doug, and because he's the one who jumped in with everything. Raja's not gonna say anything, I wouldn't imagine, because it's an LAPD investigation right now. So no one's going to say anything publicly while it's still, from what we know, an active investigation. Because as the group chat on the promoter from the person said, is like, it could be used against you in some way. Yeah, the promoter silence, it does say a lot, but not to defend them or anything. But when it is kind of like an ongoing investigation, like, okay, and you understand that as well. Yeah, when it's an ongoing investigation, what are they going to say outside of, it's an ongoing investigation, we will comment when the time is right? And maybe they should kind of put out that. I mean, Nox Pro put out the statement. They did put out a statement after everything, but if obviously more has come out since then with it. So I don't think you're going to get any real comment as long as it is an ongoing investigation.
And I'm going to just put it out there. If you're probably not watching this, but if you are someone in the business with 20 plus years experience, you've been on TV, you've seen it all, you've done it all, you maybe have a podcast or at least a platform where people interview you and ask your opinion. You do not have to other side or psychoanalyze or make excuses for anyone in this case. You can say that this was assault. You can say that this was a very poorly planned and very poorly, not executed, but just very poorly dealt with situation, and leave it at that. You don't need to go into the mindset of someone who may have CTE. You don't have to tell somebody that the person was in the wrong because they started it. You don't need to talk about disproportionate response and what a receipt is. I promise you, people who understand what is going on here understand that this is assault, plain and simple, and that there are plenty more people to put in the blame category than there are people who need any sort of defense as to what they were or were not thinking. That's it. Leave it alone. Don't look for clout, and sure as shit, don't walk it back when your people say, what the hell is wrong with you? Own it, because you said it and you stood by it.
Don't use it to promote yourself.
Exactly. And then sure as shit, don't send your co-host to go and clean up your mess, because I saw that too. I thought that was a really shitty thing to do.
Yeah. And I would imagine a lot of people commenting on this situation haven't done maybe they have, but I don't know how many views, that AJ Mana stream got. I don't know how many views. Like, I watched the full thing on both the interview with Doug and the interview with AJ Mana. I did my best to craft an article around it and give as much context as I could, but I would imagine a lot of these people are just seeing out of context stuff, or just whatever it might be, engagement clips, whatever it might be. I'm not saying that I am, my opinion holds more weight than any of them. I am saying my opinion is more informed than all of them, because unless they have done the same, I don't think they are as informed. I mean, I know, unless they have done the same, I know they are not as informed as me, unless they've talked to people who behind the scenes. That would be the only way that they might be more informed. But as far as what's out there publicly, I don't think I know for almost the fact that I'm very informed on what's happened publicly on the situation, where if you've only seen clips or you've only seen quotes, you're informed. I don't think you are as informed as I am. 10,000
views on the AJ Mana interview from yesterday.
All right. And how that's counted, I don't know.
It's it's people who watched it for more than a couple of seconds or so.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It could be people who clicked a video regardless. That's what YouTube's counted at. That doesn't count people who watched the whole damn thing. It's people who saw it for any amount of time above like 7 seconds possibly. And then the other one was somewhere over 560,000 last I checked yesterday. So that one that podcast channel was a very interesting one because like they've been around for years and they've been podcasting a lot of MMA stuff for years. And this was obviously their biggest out show, the biggest show in a very long time. They've got a couple of moments that have blown up, but yeah, this has been a whole thing.
Sorry to turn this the last half of the show into
we went overtime.
The overrun. Yeah, I know, way over. Yeah, but one, it's a very topical thing. It's not like this is not news or anything. Two, when I put this much work into something, I want to inform everybody as much as I can. So you're not doing, and this is not a shot at Jimmy, I swear, but you're not doing things like Jimmy and just retweeting clips that are a week old or retweeting things that are not the full information of things. I obviously have a lot of fun on this show. We joke about the NXT shows and really all the television shows and everything, but there are serious topics. And when I put this much work into something, that was my whole day yesterday, listening to AJ Mana. And I mean, the morning was the interview with Doug, and then the afternoon, busy afternoon, a lot of stuff going on. But like when I was at my desk, that's what I was like crafting and working on and trying to make sure I presented it in a well enough way to where I felt helpful and informational to people. And again, I want to give that to our audience when I put that much work into something. So hopefully it does help you guys. If you are in another chat or if you're online and somebody says something, you can say, no, actually, here's kind of what happened. Here's more of what happened. Here's more context of what happened. Sometimes I try to educate you guys. Sometimes it's just like, can Tony D'Angelo just deal a bunch of drugs?
Sometimes you want to wear a blindfold and talk about a blindfold match.
Yeah.
Tonight will be the first time that I've stepped foot in the 2300 arena in Philadelphia in over 29 years, since I was 13 years old in 1996.
Bless Tony. I hope he's excited for tonight. I hope.
Sure he is. I hope he would. I wish he would show up on this show to talk about it.
He punctures the rat on his way into the arena.
He just takes scissors and just.
Yeah. That'd be a good bit for Ricochet, honestly. Ricochet just comes.
We have our own workers. Shithead.
Tired of these rats in Philadelphia. He's an Eagles fan too, I think. So
perfect.
You know, the fact that he could just go in there like, we're not a rat town. We're an Eagles town. Eagles kill rats. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah.
Oh, he's gonna love being in Philly for this next 5 weeks. Dynamite tonight, live 8 p.m. By the way, did you talk about Raw's gonna be having a 7:00 start time in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, that's for multiple episodes. It's basically all the September episodes.
Hell yeah, let's go. Yeah. Monday Night Football. You finally done it. Netflix, God bless.
Yeah, I guess that's the reason why. But then it just goes back in October, so
I don't know.
It's just weird.
It's just weird. But you know what? Maybe they're testing something.
Yeah.
The Netflix is the perfect opportunity for them to do it. It's not like they're beholden.
Just wait until you think like, oh, an hour earlier we're gonna end, but it's gonna be actually be like a 3.5 hour show.
Yes, wait until they start going to the West Coast. Yeah. Then they're gonna start airing Raw, 8 p.m. local, and it'll be 11 p.m. where we are. Like, oh, this sucks.
I've invited Sean on tomorrow's show. He said he will try to make it because I did speak with him yesterday, not on unrelated matters, but I brought it up to him. Like I said, you're a coward for not being on today's show. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, we were going to put you on trial, and here's why. He's like, okay. And I was like, so come on Thursday's show. He said he'd try. So for right now, still a coward.
Still a coward?
No.
Thought you were going to use a different C word.
No, just coward.
Okay. Can't think of another C word off the top of my head without using the one that I'm supposed to use. Megan Payne and Penelope Ford take on Harley Cameron and Chris Stylander in tag team action tonight. Darby Allin and Claudio Castagnoli have a Falls Count Anywhere match, which, like, in the 2300 arena, I mean, there ain't many places to go. They'll go to the bathroom, the women's bathroom area where the 2300 logo is. I think it's the women's bathroom. No, maybe it's the men's. There's a whole thing. There's a reason why I tell this story. Someone went there that was like, I'm going in anyway. I think it's the men's bathroom. Anyway, Falls Count Anywhere. So I'm sure they'll go over to that part of the venue and do a whole thing. And Jon Moxley takes on Daniel Garcia in a match that I'm sure no one will turn on each other. I'm sure someone's gonna turn on, but that's just what you're into. Anyway, turning on? Everyone's turned on. It's AEW Dynamite on TBS and on Max and on Triller. If you're me, go watch the show or don't. I don't care what you do. Just go have fun. Have a good day. And I'm sure other matches will be announced. I'm sure that other people will be announced as out. We saw that Swerve Strickland he posted success and then a photo of his knee wrapped up. Jeremy, it's a big old work. Nothing actually happened. He's just faking it. If he got successful surgery, congratulations. And I hope you're healing up fast. Wishing you the best to Swerve. And if it's a big old work, then I told you so.
Okay. I don't think it's work. But
I don't think so either. I'm really hoping that they do Windsor versus Shafir. If not tonight, then do it on Collision. Get it going. We need that match.
It's the 2-year anniversary of Real Glass, which means tonight. I feel like tonight's the night.
Let's go.
Yeah.
He drives it in. You know what? He covers that rat in glass.
Well, that'll definitely pop it.
That stupid rat needs to be used. I hate that it needs to become a bit. Oh, anyway, there will be plenty to talk about tomorrow. Jeremy and SP3 will be back. Is there anything else that we need to plug before we get on out of here?
I don't think so. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us for this long. I hope I didn't bore everybody.
How does this happen that we end up going extended hours all of our shows these days?
We got a lot to talk about. There's a lot happening in the world of wrestling.
I guess, but like, y'all have more on a Tuesday than I'm supposed to have on a Wednesday.
Yeah, but we found out Batman's racist today, so we accomplished more today than we've ever accomplished on a Tuesday.
I guess so. Racist ass Batman. Queen Aminata is saying that she has obtained an emergency passport. She's flying home on Thursday. So that's good news.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor woman having her bag stolen from her in the UK, all her stuff. Dude, that sucks. I feel so bad for anyone who has to deal with that. Glad she got the emergency passport. Glad that she's going to be able to fly home and, come back on time and not have to wait an extra week. I'm sure that Tony's also happy not to have to pay for a hotel for an extra week in the UK. But kudos to Aminata. She'll be coming home soon. We're going to go home now. We are home. It's time for lunch. For Jeremy, you know who I am, you know who he is. Go check out my interview with Evil Uno over on the main channel. It's 10 minutes of greatness talking about mystery wrestling. And at the end, he's like, we'll do it next month. So I guess Uno and I are going to do it again in Toronto at Forbidden Door. Wow. At All Out Weekend at Mystery Wrestling. All right. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, leave a thumbs out on the way out. We'll see you in the next one.